for it. We are live. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Playbook Sports Podcast. We are excited to have you here, excited to be doing this. I am going to share the link on here somehow.
Oh, yeah?
So that way everybody can see it. I'm just going to post a picture of us right now. I'm just going to tag us, type the link in. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh.
I bet if you went to YouTube on your phone,
Think so?
you can get the link there.
You think we're live on my phone? Everybody, please feel free to ignore us for the first few minutes here. We're figuring this all out. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. Give me a sec here.
Yeah, we're live.
On YouTube we are?
Mhm.
Okay. Can you share that link?
Yeah.
Or
I
send
got
us
you.
the link and I'll post it on Facebook?
Got you right now, brother.
My man. All right. Stay with us, everybody. We're getting there. Don't judge us, please. We don't know what we're doing.
The link has been sent. Come on, baby.
Let's go.
Beep, bop, boop.
Beep, bop, boop. There it is. Go ahead and copy this puppy. Thank you, Addison.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Beans, you better be calling in, Bucko, if you're watching.
All right, it's posting, and we should be
We're releasing this on Thursday too, right? Or Friday, right?
on the
This
podcast.
is going to go up, isn't
So
it?
this will go up instantly.
Yeah.
This video goes up. We're done. I just have to start the sound recorder so I can start for the podcast, and we'll go. Welcome back to the Playbook Sports Podcast, everybody. We are currently live on YouTube for the first time. Super excited to do this. Unfortunately, we are missing Downtown Sage Brown, as he has a little bit of car trouble on the way here. Sage, shout out.
Yep,
Hopefully
shout out.
you're okay. Hopefully you get towed, get home, and get to listen to us trash on the Ravens just a little bit, because
baby,
we're
we're
going to
going
do
to.
it. Sitting directly to my right today, we've got Cease. How we doing, buddy? How you doing?
We're good. Same shit, different day. You know the deal.
Yeah, amen. Opal,
Oh,
how are
yeah,
you,
same.
buddy?
You know, I'm excited to be back. Excited for another week of the Playbook. baby.
Hell yeah, love it. Week 6 of the NFL. Let's just go ahead and start talking about it. It was kind of a weird week. Straight up underdogs. Like, I just got a list of interesting week 6 stuff because there's so much about it. And underdogs that won outright this week, we had Patriots who were an underdog, Giants, Falcons, Jets, Steelers, Seahawks, and Washington, depending on when you got them.
Yeah.
That's 7 of the 14 games where the underdogs won outright, let alone covered. 50% of the games the underdogs won. That's crazy. The fact that the fucking Jets went into Green Bay and won.
Baby.
Only
And
one
the
person here
Steelers,
knew
too.
that.
Come on, baby.
Crazy.
Jets and
Won by
Giants.
3 scores.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
dominated,
kicked ass.
dominated.
Kicked
They
ass.
didn't, no walk-off field goal.
No,
They just
yeah.
beat the shit
Wasn't
out
lucky. I mean, they were the better teams.
Green Bay's in trouble.
of them. Hey, hot take. Packers aren't making the playoffs.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
baby.
what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, if Sage was here, I was going to go back and look at our divisions and stuff, see where we're at. So we're
Oh.
officially, like, technically a third of the way through the season.
Yeah.
6 weeks of the 18 weeks are now down. But we'll just do that at the 9 weeks part. Moving on, let's see. So something else I wanted to mention about week 6 of this past week.
Just want to say shout out Bob in the chat already.
Oh, let's go, Bob. Welcome
Yes.
to the show. Let's
Government
go.
name in the chat.
Government name.
Government names. Let's go.
Love it. Where was I? Oh, did you guys know that in the NFL history there are 40 teams that have had a double-digit lead in all 6 of their first 6 games of the season, and only one team of those 40 in the NFL history are 500 or worse? That's the Baltimore Ravens. Sage, what are you guys doing?
That's ugly.
That is tough. I mean, how do you have double-digit leads in every game? I mean, we have to start respecting the New York Giants, I think, because
Yeah, a little bit more.
they might
Yeah,
actually be legitimate.
Yeah, they're 5-1. I mean, that's impressive. But back to Baltimore, they have some struggles on defense big time. That secondary is Swiss cheese. I don't care if
So
they
bad.
get healthy. They're still bad. But what's up? I mean, this is going to be an interesting situation if the Baltimore Ravens have a down season with
Yeah.
Lamar on the contract.
I know.
It's going to be like, what do they do?
And if I'm Lamar, do I think, go play somewhere else where there's some weapons? Like, they signed Deshaun Jackson yesterday.
Yeah, I saw
35-year-old
that. He's
Deshaun
really just going to
Jackson.
be running sprints.
He'll get one deep ball.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll
he's
get
just
one
gonna be
one
running
deep ball
sprints.
attempt a game. If he
Yeah.
catches it, who knows? I don't know what he can do. Ben's FaceTiming me right now? Not right now, pal.
Could have answered it though.
That's okay. So then, moving on. First of all, Trevor Lawrence, first quarterback ever in the NFL history to throw 20-plus passes, have a 90% completion rate, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, and lose. First ever quarterback with those statistics to lose. Shout out Colts. Big win for them.
Huge win for the Colts. I mean, they were down bad too in that game, and I thought, is this really happening again against Jacksonville? But they came up big with the big comeback there. I mean, that's a huge win for the Colts.
Huge win for the Colts. They needed that, especially after getting mollywopped in Jacksonville not that long ago.
Facts. And this upcoming week just gives them more momentum. I mean, they got the Titans. I mean, we'll get to that, but that's huge
That's
momentum.
obviously a huge game.
Mhm.
kind of going back to the Ravens just a little bit. I feel like we're talking a lot about the Ravens. I told you I'm so bummed Sage isn't here because I want to know what he thinks about all these things.
I'm loving it.
Lamar Jackson quarterback rating by quarter this year. First quarter 97.8. This is out of 158.3.
Yep.
He's 97.8, pretty solid.
Yeah.
Second quarter 114.8. That's where he's his best. Third quarter 100.6, very good. Fourth quarter 56.3.
Wow.
That is miserably bad. In the fourth quarter, he was passing 29 of 45 for 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions.
Mr. Fourth Quarter the opposite way.
The opposite of Mr. Fourth Quarter. I mean, that is tough. You can't win games like that.
No, you cannot.
Even if they've only trailed for 120 seconds all season and they're 3-3, it's because your quarterback quit playing in the fourth quarter. They didn't score in the second half against the Bills, right? They were up 20-0 and 20-3, and they lost 23-20, I think.
Baltimore needs to start winning more games because if Cincinnati gets hot, I mean, they're all of a sudden 3-3, and I mean, Cleveland 2-4 against some adversity with wins. You keep it close, these teams are going to get better and better as the year goes. That's not good.
No, they got to figure it out quick. Other thing I texted everybody about was I want to talk about our individual teams because we obviously are all fans of different teams, which makes it fun. And I want optimism, why you feel good about your team, and why you feel bad about your team. Colin, I want to start with you. If you're good with starting first. You want me to go first or Will? You're good? All right. Why are you, for the season, this season and the future, why are you optimistic about the Cowboys? What are you feeling good about right now, third of the way through the year?
Just the record.
Yeah,
everything,
absolutely.
too.
4-2, right?
4-2 record, 4-1 with Cooper Rush. Defense looks top 3 in the league.
Yeah, definitely.
Get Dak Prescott back this week, who most people would say fringe top 10. I'd probably put him in the top 10.
Yeah,
I would say definitely.
But yeah, I mean, you play in the same NFC East, although it looks a little bit better this year. You get the Giants again, you get the Commanders again, you get the Eagles at home. You get a couple of cupcakes coming up here the next couple of weeks. Shout out NFC North.
Yeah, that's true.
And
we have to go to Lambeau as well, so that's tough.
Tough place to play.
Although ESPN, was it BMI or whatever they do, like the projected win? I forget what the acronym is.
Yeah.
They have
Body mass index.
whatever it is. They have the Cowboys a more likely chance to win in Minnesota than win in Lambeau, and I don't understand if it's like home field thing or if it's
it's Rodgers. They're just giving him that, but they can't. I mean, the computer can't, but they're giving him the benefit of the doubt that they're going to figure it out because Minnesota's look way better than Green Bay.
Way better, and at home too.
Definitely.
But defense is stout.
Offense should get better with that coming back.
Offense should get going. This kid Jake Ferguson. Shout out Wade.
Yeah, shout out Wade. You brought that up.
I goofed. I picked up Hayden Hurst to play at the noon because Darren Waller was on a bye this week. 12:01. I'm scrambling to get bets in before 12 o'clock starts. Yeah. Fantasy team 12:01 locked. Not Waller because he's on a bye, but Hayden Hurst was locked on my bench. So I was like, oh my god, I have to pick up a 3 o'clock Sunday night or Monday night tight end.
Yeah.
And I was looking through all the tight ends, and Wade goes, pick up this Ferguson kid out of Wisconsin. He's like a grandson of Albert, I forget the guy's name, who he's grandson of, but didn't pick him up. He was projected 0.3 points, had like 2 catches, like 5 yards and a tud, or something like that, or 10 yards and a tud.
It's actually funny because George was looking at his face lineup, and it's like 20 minutes before the game. Schultz gets ruled inactive. It might have been a little bit before, but we saw it.
I was wondering.
But he's looking at tight ends, and you're right. We saw that guy. He's like, do I pick up this guy? And we're like, no. He's like, I'm just going to take the 0. And I was like, watch him catch 3 tutties.
Why would you take the 0?
I know. He was getting clapped, though. But most points. But still, though, it's like you got to give
someone a shot.
Yeah. I love that.
He looks good. Pollard still looks good.
Yeah, I like what the Cowboys are doing. I think that they started fantastic.
Lamb's iffy, though. I don't know if he's a 1. I want to believe he is a 1, but I don't know.
Helped when he had Amari Cooper across him.
Yeah, Gallup's like he stinks, by the way.
Yeah.
Just can't get separation.
ACL, man, and he paid him too.
But then he got his money right.
I guess it was a game against the Eagles. They probably have the best 2 corners duo.
Slay and Bradbury.
Arguably. In the league.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel better this week after a loss than I did last week before the game. As weird as that might sound.
You guys competed. You competed against the probably consensus top 2 team in the NFL.
And what I loved was you guys were down too, and you came back. I mean, and that's with Rush, who has obviously he was struggling with the 3 picks, but he was still throwing the ball, because he had to. And I mean, you guys were producing, but
down 20-0, 20-3 before half, 2017 early third. Yeah. And they marched for a tud, but they scored 26 points and 13 other points came on 3 drives that started inside Dallas's 45-yard line. 2 interceptions, and then they went for it on 4th and inches on that terrible spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Classic
a horrible
Philadelphia spot.
Like she
Mhm.
stops at the line of game and then takes a step to the right.
I noticed
behind
that
it,
immediately,
and then turns
and
around. I was
like,
like, no, you got challenge. That's
the guy-
challenge. That's
I think
fine.
Collins was still on Sunday night, right?
Yeah.
He was like, she adjusted her spot based off the
The other person, yes.
And it's like, he
Yeah.
plays on your side of the field. You
Right.
should
You
set
should
are
up.
the
set
one
it.
that
Why are you
calls.
going
And
on
why
this
is
spot?
McCarthy not challenging the spot?
I think they try to go tempo to.
Get
I
him,
get it,
but-
but man, I would.
Yeah, so
love to challenge
13
it.
of the 26. The Eagles had 2 long touchdown drives. Other than that, I wasn't
You
horribly
can't,
impressed by their offense.
yeah, you can't win when you're giving the opponent 50-yard fields. You
Right.
can't.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Right. Got lucky holding the 2 field goals, and then they had the touchdown. I forget what maybe it was the Miles Sanders touchdown.
Yeah, it was rushing touchdown. Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. The Eagles run a decent offense. They just, I guess the Cowboys at least, they didn't really try to push the ball down the field.
Yeah.
They ran a lot of like the read option, and they had like a crosser, like a guy in motion behind the line that
Yeah.
would be like a, they call it a triple option pass.
Yeah,
which
little
I've never
sweep
heard.
screen on the right.
Yeah. You fake the handoff, you could keep the handoff to the quarterback, or you could throw it short to the guy
Yeah.
across the middle. But I don't know. They did a decent job
Yeah,
scheming.
agreed. They looked good.
better
Now,
this
why are you pessimistic about the Cowboys? Why do you think that you might be in trouble this year? What are you worried about watching them?
Other than the same old Cowboys.
Same old
I
Cowboys.
would say the Dallas Cowboys.
These the Dallas Cowboys. These are the months where the Cowboys give you optimism, and then November, December hits, and then they go like 2-6 in
All
those
apart.
2 months.
Mhm.
Limping at
And now
playoffs.
you're 2 games behind the Eagles technically,
True.
so they have the tiebreaker for the time being. You do play
Well,
them again.
I think technically you'd be 3 games then, because you're 2 games. You're 4-2. They're 6
Right. So
Yeah.
it's 3 games.
3 games
technically.
back right now.
Yeah, 2 games record. We play them again though in
Mhm.
Dallas on Christmas.
That's a
So better
big
not let me
game.
down.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be
yeah,
a good
big
one.
game.
But I don't know. We Giants,
That's
Eagles,
it.
It's a good win right now.
Bengals.
That is a good G-Man win.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a better win than you think it would be. Optimism and pessimism over there.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
As a
Yeah, I
Cowboys
mean,
fan, I would be.
for a wild card spot right now, looks pretty good.
They're riding
Yes.
high right now.
Definitely.
Right in
Rightfully
the
so.
back.
Agreed.
You're getting your best player back.
Yeah. Addison, how are we feeling about the Bears? Why are we feeling good about the Chicago Bears this season?
Well,
Coming off a tough Thursday night game.
I can't lie. There's not much optimism
There's not a
for
lot of
this
optimism,
season right
probably.
now. I'd say the high draft pick that we're going to actually have a first rounder
True.
upcoming this year.
Mhm.
That's got me optimistic. But the offensive line has looked shambles. I mean,
Yeah.
it's bad. And then in turn, it's got Justin Fields getting in his own head. He's not
Yep.
throwing the ball, and that's things that he needed to improve on. But it's also when the line's deteriorating like it is right in front of you,
Yep.
you're going to be
You
on
only
that.
have time for one read.
Yeah, exactly. No,
It's not their
they're
run.
saying he's locked on his first read. Well, because he can't get off it or
Right.
he's sacked.
He's
Yeah,
sacked.
it's like
That's
there
it.
was 6 straight plays where Justin Fields got hit into the ground. It's like that cannot
He took
happen.
a beating Thursday night. We were
He's-
watching that, and I was like, he might
He is
actually
a
be
gamer.
hurt.
He's a gamer, and I mean, I'm still optimistic in Fields.
Yeah,
I
should be.
always will believe in the quarterback of my team until it's too late.
Until he's gone.
Until they're gone. Yeah, literally. The defense has looked better. Kyler Gordon was struggling to start off the season, especially with tackling, and he's improved, and that's good. He's a top draft pick for our team this year. Brisker looks good.
Yes, okay, that's
So we do have a young secondary. Shout out Kendall Vildor. I thought he was trash. You're guarding him, it's an easy catch. But he's improved this year on defense. Roquan, we'll see with the contract here, but I can't lie. There's not much optimism. It's funny because I almost want to say that something that makes me optimistic is also pessimism for me because Matt Eberflus wants to hold people accountable, hold the team accountable, but yet we let Sam Mustipher play center for 6 weeks now, and he is terrible. I mean, he is one of the worst centers in the league. Don't give you no PFF rating. He is terrible. Like when you watch him play the game, he's not a good football player. He's a backup lineman in the NFL at best. Lucas Patrick, the big guard we signed from the Green Bay, he's supposed to play center as well. This guy's trash at guard. Trash. I mean, he gets thrown. It's embarrassing. And I mean, that's the worst place to get beat to because it's just crashing down right into Fields' line of sight. So that is just not good. But you listen to Eberflus speak, and you think he's going to hold the team accountable. And this is sort of the Bears' mini bye week because week
Thursday to
14,
Monday.
week 14 is the Bears' true bye week. They're talking like there's going to be changes on the offensive line. But where is that? And that's where I'm scared and what's bad because the offense has looked abysmal and we haven't really changed anything. We're letting Fields stand in the pocket, get hit. Like, not an Andrew Luck situation where he's not going to want to play football anymore. But are we ruining this kid? Like, I hate to hear it from the national media, but when we watch what happens game after game after game, this guy's building tendencies that are not good because he has to survive in games. And it's like, it's just interesting. This is a huge week. Honestly, it's going to tell me a lot about the staff with the Eberflus, how we look on the offensive line, what it looks like, and just how they protect Fields. And I mean, honestly, we might have to come back to it next week, but it's either going to be one way or the other. If we're bad this week and Fields gets hit, did we hire the wrong guy?
Right.
Because what are we doing? This is a franchise quarterback we supposedly drafted. Why aren't we protecting him? But yeah, if I have to lean, it's on the negative side right now for the Bears. Yeah, I know.
Which I get.
They do have a lot of cap space.
Yeah. So
we got to get
optimistic for the future.
Yeah, we got to
get
there.
Get to that point in time, right?
It's like Nate was saying, they're just taking a beating. How many times did the camera pan to him? He's just like face
down.
down.
Just
I'm
he's not coming back.
No.
You see refs ask, like, is this guy
there.
okay?
Right.
Because, I mean, he's taking hits. I'm surprised he didn't get pulled out.
Where are the spotters at here, guys? Huh?
I will say, one
NFL?
thing Fields did that made me 10 out of 10 grin. On that touchdown bomb, he was laying down on the ground. All of a sudden, push-ups, baby.
Yeah, dude, repping out the push-ups.
Did a couple push-ups, got up. I was like, man, he just is a gamer. You can't deny that, but we got to get this guy some help.
Yep.
ASAP.
They're like 4 inches from winning the game, too.
I know. Venus Jones better not be punt returning
No, he needs
next
to be
week.
done.
And Eberflus didn't deny that he didn't say no. And I understand he's a rookie. You don't throw guys under the bus first year, but it's like you can't say we don't. You can't say we're going to win if he muffs a fumble. He muffed in Minnesota.
Yeah. You
can't say we're going to win because we were down, but that hurt like hell.
Yep, that's tough.
And in this game,
from,
you argue that it is why we lost. They couldn't move the ball at all, and they get the ball on the 5-yard line.
Yep.
They're going to score.
Yeah, they're going to get points there, and that was the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, now Wentz is out, 4 to 6 weeks with a
Yeah,
finger.
I
So
saw
it's
that.
It's like they really couldn't have moved the ball.
I know,
He was
right.
playing with
A
that
broken
entire
finger,
finger.
his fingers, his hands just useless. Yeah, and it's just sick.
Doesn't help that Curtis Samuel dropped that touchdown. That would hurt my feelings.
I will say at the end of the year, though, if the Bears have a top 5 pick, and it's because we lost a couple extra games, and if it comes back to this BS where we're muffing punts, but it helps us next year, it's worth it.
Yeah,
it sucks now, but it helps the future. Yeah.
I agree. Okay, so probably a little more pessimistic for the Bears, which makes sense right now. But it's early stages of probably a decent sized rebuild.
Yeah, no, seriously, yeah.
All right, since Sage is not here to tell us why the Baltimore Ravens are going to continue to suck all year, I'm just going to go ahead and jump in on the Dolphins. I will start with the pessimistic side of things. One, you started out 3-0, you're 3-3. That's tough to swallow. But if you look at the schedule, like the 3 games you won are the 3 games people thought you'd lose.
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
3 games you've lost are the 3 games you mark up as probable dubs.
Yeah.
Not the case. We went backwards on that. And it's shown Cowboys are winning games with Cooper Rush. They're backup quarterback. Why can't we do the same thing? And if we can't do that, we better figure out and get some freaking depth in here because we are very clearly a top-heavy team. I would say our 1 and 2 wide receivers can compete with any other team's 1 and 2 wide receivers, especially based on statistics. We have 2 top 5 receivers this year. But our backup right tackle had to play left tackle because Armstead was hurt, which he has a history of being hurt. Yeah. Greg Little's pass blocking score on PFF was a 1.5. That's out of 100 people.
That's bad.
It's out of 100. Yeah. We could get a 1.5 we could get a 1.5.
Put your hands on him.
Yeah, just touch him.
On him.
He got a 1.5 pass block rating from PFF. That's abysmal. Liam Eichenberg, our starting left guard, the 67th ranked left guard in the NFL. That's not fucking good.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's really bad.
67?
67 out of 67. Yeah.
Just left guard specifically?
Might be guard. Might be guard.
I was going to say, how many backup guards are out playing?
Yeah. I feel like any of us could do it. So that was our left side of the line this past weekend. So that's tough.
Line side for both quarterbacks.
Yeah, for both the quarterbacks.
Say,
Also, pessimistically, can we have a quarterback start and finish a game? We haven't since week 3. That was the last time Tua started and finished the game. And ever since then, we've had to switching quarterbacks. Skylar Thompson looked good and out. Teddy Bridgewater looked like shit for a while. Then he figured it out, but too little, too late.
Yeah.
You can't come back at that point. And Jalen Waddle, I love Jalen Waddle. I think he's a stud. But that fumble was huge, and the interception that Teddy threw was on him. He caught it, was looking to run, got hit, and just tossed it straight in there. It's like, got to secure that. And we have no running game still. And I attribute that to bad offensive line.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary for. I mean, not Tua. Like,
for the quarterback in my Dolphins, I'd be fucking scared.
Yeah, exactly. You have, like, you're bringing up this left side. If Armstead's not playing, even if he is, it's like he's hurt. That's not a good combo. I'm thinking, like you said, blindside. Like that's got to be in your mind. And like you said, no run game. What can I do? I got to make plays.
Right. I got to figure it out. So he's holding the ball too long and taking shots because he's trying to make plays. It's like, nope, that's a recipe for getting hurt.
No, seriously.
Any quarterback gets hurt behind that. I mean, if you don't get blocks, you're going to take shots.
No, literally. I mean, it's as scary as it is. Not to like jump back to the Bears just for a second, but it's like I'm holding my breath every time
he drops back. Yep, you're like, oh my god, rush.
It just dropped back too.
Yeah.
It's not even where he throws. It's this guy's about to get creamed from behind, and when's he not getting up?
Yeah.
Or when's his knee goes the wrong way? Because I mean that happens to a lot of players in the league. It's scary.
Yeah,
that'll be me the next couple of weeks. Every time
Dad.
No, seriously.
Like don't hit it's gonna hit a helmet or something. Is it?
Yeah. So that's kind of tough. Optimistically, I like that Teddy Bridgewater can throw for 300 yards in a game. I attribute that to the head coaching and the scheme.
Yep.
That Teddy Bridgewater can step in, throw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Vikings, who are 5-1. That's encouraging. Also, we're starting to get a little bit healthier coming into this week. Armstead's back. Our starting right tackle's back. Tua's back. Love all of that. We should get a couple of our corners back too. And Tyreek Hill, so far, he's the only player in NFL history through 6 games to have 3 games where he has 10 catches and 150 yards in 3 games.
He's on pace to break the NFL receiving record.
Currently on pace for 1,986 receiving yards. The record's 1,964 so far.
And people like flame the idea.
They're like, oh, he's gonna die.
He's gonna go to die. Progressing quarterback. It's not the same as Mahomes. This guy's about to put up more numbers.
He's putting up better numbers.
Yeah.
And Dolphins have had the hardest strength of schedule in the NFL up to this point in the season. Their strength schedule is number 1. The rest of the way, we have the 22nd hardest schedule.
That's what you love to see.
Our next 5 opponents have a combined record of 8, 19, and 1. Love to see that. Sunday night's game is going to be awesome. Brian Flores is coming back to Miami. I'm going to start a "Fuck you, Flores" chant.
Hell yeah!
I'm determined. I'm going to the game.
I was going to say you're going to the game.
There.
Bring that up. Yep. That's so exciting.
Yep. I can't wait. Definitely. They're honoring. It's the 50th anniversary of the 1972 team. So all the players that are still alive are going to be there.
Sweet. That's going to be exciting.
That's going to be a ton of fun. I just want to see how we play with our starting offense back out there. Healthy, we're 3-0 against 3 good teams. Unhealthy, we're 0-3 against 2 shitters and 1 decent team. Good team with the Vikings. So I'm leaning optimistic as opposed to pessimistic at this point in time.
I mean, it's sickening. Looking at the division on Pro Football Reference, I mean, they know it doesn't matter, but it's like they have Miami listed 4th. I mean,
which is good, the head-to-head over the Patriots, though.
But it's just like, that's sickening. You're 3-0, and then you come back out. But that just means your division.
Our division's actually good this year.
I'd say it's popping off in different.
Actually,
that's impressive.
All 4 teams are at least 500.
I think it should be optimistic, I think, for the Dolphins, especially with the rest of the year. If Tua comes back and he can stay healthy, they can protect him. I think they are one of the better teams in that division and potentially one of the better teams in the AFC if they truly get fully healthy. Their offense is there. I was going to say this. Everyone's talking about CMC. Dude, the Dolphins.
I would love to get
everyone's saying the Bills. I want the Dolphins.
I would love to get him. Yeah. Out of the back of the field.
Imagine McDaniels drawing up
plays for Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Jalen
He literally can get to the outside so well. They just don't do that in Carolina. They pan him up the spin, get him up the middle like almost every run. It's terrible. Miami with the outside zone.
I would happily trade for him. I
was gonna say, depending on what the capital is, that makes the Miami offense that much better. We'll see.
I also want their right tackle, Taylor Moton. He's like the top 5 right tackle. If we can, I would trade them. They can have Cedric Wilson, and we'll give them a second, and they give us Taylor Moton. Done.
Oh, seriously.
Sold. I would be thrilled with that trade. All right, so those are why we're optimistic, pessimistic for our own teams. Just something fun that I wanted to talk about real quick.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get ourselves back on schedule here. Let's talk about, Colin, your 3 locks of the week from last week. Not your best week.
Tough slide.
Still ahead, though. We're still making money.
We're still profitable.
Yes, we're still making money.
Both of the overs, screwed me. If you would have told me over 45.5 in Green Bay's game and the Jets put up 27, I would have said that over is hitting so easily.
Big time.
Yes,
big time.
They said Green Bay puts up 10. So it hits 37, so we're 9 points off that over. Hurts. The next over is Chiefs-Bills, and of course Tony Romo just has to predict the score. And I should have thought about this ahead of time too. Those are how do you stop the other team's offense? You just don't let them get the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Slow, methodical.
You're going to take the whole clock. You're going to dink dunk. You're going to run the ball more than you normally would.
Yeah, quick touchdown doesn't help the Bills. They've already seen
the Chiefs will go down and get it again. I will say, though, the first possession, the Bills fumbled inside the 20. That's potentially 3 points.
Oh, yeah.
And then I don't think it was the Chiefs' first possession, but it was first half. They threw that jump ball to the corner of the end zone. Receiver has it. DB has it. DB wins the wrestling match for it. 1 and 2 stinks. Bengals, thank you for not giving me an offer.
Yeah, seriously. Shut up, Bengals.
I thought that was such an easy pick, but it was a close game.
It was a
Yeah, it
close
was.
game.
There was a time where I thought they were going to lose.
I
Yeah.
just show out, really.
Yeah.
He had 19-yard rushing touchdown plus 12
I
yards.
had that
yeah.
nice catch and run for
Yeah,
a
he
second
did. That was
touch.
big. That was big for them.
I love the little dance from like the 20 in.
Yeah, he knew it. He was just going to waltz on in there.
Fam in the stands. I think he's from that area.
Oh,
He is.
yeah.
Joe Burrow
Oh, yeah.
wore his
I saw
Jamar
that.
Chase
I love that.
college
Yeah,
jersey.
he had to get it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's finally one of the
had
good
it.
fits Joe Burrow has won.
Yes, one of the decent
I'm
fits.
tired of all these.
Yeah, get out of
Look
here
at
with you.
look at this guy.
You better be
It's like
winning
a
while you're
passion
wearing that
of-
stuff.
yeah,
People didn't say it
absolutely.
when Cam was winning, but then when he started losing, why are you wearing all
Why you
this
wear
stuff?
that? It was ridiculous.
Same thing with Burrow. You got to win and wear that. That's cool. But if you lose, let's just wear a suit.
Just dress normal, please.
I will say the podcast locks 1 and 2 in the week stinks,
Mhm.
but the Twitter
I was going to
Twitter
bring that
locks
up
on
if you
fire.
did. You got to be following this Twitter.
you have to. Yeah, it's playbook_picks, and I think it's followed by the main playbook account
Yeah,
as
it
well.
is.
So you have
Yeah,
to find
retweeted.
it
Yeah,
from there.
exactly.
Yep,
You
and
gotta
I
find
retweet it
You got
regularly.
to find it because it's hot.
Yeah, Saturday we went 3-0 in our college football picks. That's awesome. Noon game Sunday 3-2. So that's a
Yeah.
little profitable, but you're not writing home about that. Sunday night football 2-2. Actually lost a little bit of money 2-2 with the
Yeah.
juice. And then Monday night football went 4-1. So we're 9-5 total on the Twitter picks for the week. So we'll take
It's
that.
not
Yeah,
bad. It's not
100%.
bad.
It comes to 13-7 combined between Twitter and podcast. So
Nice.
I'll
I like
take that.
that. I like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's almost due for.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
solid.
exactly. Yeah, you'll take that all day.
So it stinks that we're 1 and 2 on the.
Yeah, rough week.
podcast
We bounced
lines,
back, though.
but
Yeah, we moved this week. We're excited. I'm excited to get to your 3 lines
Yeah,
this week.
100%.
I'm excited to decide them over here.
Good. Opal, your take kind of was. I mean, at this point now, I think you start Dak.
Yeah, 100%.
'Cause they just
you
lost.
you took the loss. You got to play Dak
Yeah.
contract the whole
I
night.
still think if Rush wins that game,
Yeah,
you have to.
I mean, I just think that's how it goes with quarterback
Yeah.
controversies. If the guy's hot and you miss multiple weeks, not just 1 or 2, you're talking 4 or 5 weeks, and you're winning football games, you can't just take that guy out. I mean, it sucks for the other guy, but just because if he loses, you're in. But
Yeah,
if you're
totally.
winning football games, you can't change it.
Right. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I don't have Rashad White's stats from Sage's sleeper. I haven't had an opportunity to look them up just yet. So we can bounce back to that later if we want to. He obviously is not here to tell us. I'm sure he knows them, but we'll come back to those and go through them at a later time. So let's go ahead and move forward. Let's just go ahead and dive right on into week 7. So we're going to do game picks again with spreads. Sage has sent me his picks,
Nice.
and so has Bobby.
Okay,
So I've got both of their picks with spreads involved. So let's just go ahead and start the Thursday night football game. We've got kind of an end game. I guess we'll see. It's New Orleans Saints traveling to Arizona. Arizona right now is 2.5-point favorites. I'll say I think I started last week, but I don't mind starting again this week. I don't have any shame.
Say
Picks,
real quick
picks
before
were
we
rough.
go. White 4 carries for 12 yards,
Mhm.
and then 3 receptions for 11 yards.
So
Total of
5.3 points. Okay, so not as hot as the first one.
No, I mean, Tampa Bay was losing. They got to play Fournette in that scenario.
Right.
It's hard to go to the
Losing
backup.
close to.
Yeah, exactly.
So they were fighting for every yard.
Right.
Mhm.
But
I guess before we jump into our picks, this past week was not great for most of us on spreads. I was worst at 5-9. That's painful to see. Addison went 8-6. He has the best record.
Let's
Only
go,
one of us
baby.
over 500.
Oh yeah.
Sage went 6-8. Colin went 6-8, and Bobby, who was picking money line last week, he went 7-7. We will now. Bobby's going to be doing money or spreads
Spread
with
with
us,
us,
so
let's
all
go.
5 of us will be doing spread picks. So let's go ahead and jump right into week 7. Saints at Arizona. I will give you guys Bobby and Sage's picks first, so we can
Yep.
get theirs going. Let me
Yep.
pull them up here. Sage is taking the Saints over the Cardinals plus 2.5.
Yeah.
And Bobby will be taking, I'm going to guess the Cardinals, but let me look. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Bobby's got the Cardinals minus 2.5.
Nice.
Addison, you want to start us?
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I'm riding with Bob on that. Sorry, Sage, not fading you, but Cardinals minus 2.5 at home in a literal must win.
Yeah,
or their
it
season's over.
Kingsbury could be fired.
I was gonna say he just signed this massive
Fired,
extension.
fired,
They need
yeah.
to fire him if they struggle
Yeah.
as bad as they are right now.
I agree.
Arizona getting D-Hop back. The only reason I'm on him, I mean, I'm expecting 14 targets towards this guy. I mean, 10 catches, 100 yards and a touchdown because Murray needs him.
Yeah.
And clearly he's the most important piece on that offense. And without him, they literally cannot do anything. I mean, you bring up questions for Cliff, like you said, Nate. I mean, they played the Seahawks, who have one of the worst defenses in the league, allowing 30 points a game. They scored 3 offensive points. They had 9 total off of a end zone on a punt, so that's not even offensive points. They had 3 offensive points against one of the worst defenses in the league. Cliff Kingsbury is this offensive guru. Kyler Murray was his quarterback. He can't pick.
Yeah,
but what
is
is happening? Is everybody figuring this guy out? I will say, though, new Call of Duty is coming out this week.
Oh,
actually.
I was
going to say, I'm pretty sure,
oh, man.
When it comes game time, or it might be just really close, but still, it's like it's coming, and Murray knows it. But still, give me the Cardinals 2.5.
Yeah,
Mine is 2.5.
I am going to ride that with you and go Arizona -2.5. I like that it's a field goal game.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that they have to this is a must-win game for them, or your season's pretty much
No,
toast.
it is.
They did just trade for Roddy Anderson. I don't think he makes an impact though, not yet. Too soon.
Yeah.
And Marquise Brown is not playing. He might be done for the season.
I think he is done for the
done,
season.
right?
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, he's banged up. So
maybe they do have Robbie out there.
It's tough for me to take Arizona, but I've said it all season. I don't like the Saints. I think that they're bad this year. So I'm sticking with the Cardinals on this one. Colin, who you got?
So on the way here, the Sleeper app, by the way, for fantasy football, sends a lot of injury report stuff before the week, and a lot of news just in general for football related stuff. Didn't see the full injury report. I just saw a few names, across the top of the screen. Marshawn Lattimore not playing.
Yeah. Huge.
Michael Thomas not playing. Jarvis Landry not playing.
Who's quarterback? They don't even announce it.
I didn't
I don't think they've announced it. I'm pretty sure
Dennis
was
I'm taking Arizona because D-Hop back plus Lattimore out. That's a bluff.
Yeah.
Big game.
Must win, as we all said as well. 2.5 is a fantastic number to get for football.
Yeah. So you got Cardinals in this one?
Yes.
I like it. All right, moving on to Cleveland at Baltimore. I really don't even know why I'm bothering to look up Sage's pick here. Sage is on the Ravens -7. So is Bobby. So we've got 2 on Baltimore -7 at home against the Browns. Addison, who are you taking?
I'm going to go Browns +7. Shout out FanDuel, by the way. I want to say that's where we get our spreads from.
FanDuel appreciates you.
FanDuel Sportsbook. Hope you're listening. We're ready. We're ready.
I think I'm going to start doing on TikTok every day of me asking FanDuel sponsors.
Honestly,
I don't care how many times. I'll do it for 1,000 days.
Yeah, hell yeah, you will.
Day 742 of asking FanDuel to sponsor our podcast.
I can't lie.
Please throw us a few free bets.
Just something, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. I don't want the Pat McAfee deal, but
we'll definitely get to our rankings after these picks, but the Ravens are they're not even near not even my just miss. There's big questions there. I mean, you can't fire Harbaugh. We've already talked about that a little bit on this podcast throughout the year. But what is going on? What is happening? This is not good for Baltimore. I am not believing in them right now. They're on the down trend for me.
They're not looking good.
Again, Cleveland 2-4. I am high on Cleveland. I say it every single week. I really like their roster top to bottom. And Nick Chubb, if he can get going, that's dangerous. If they get the lead, they can just pound the rock. I think they keep games close. It's a divisional game. It is in Baltimore, sure, but their defense hasn't shown me that matters. You know what I mean? And who cares? They're 1-5 in their last 6 at home. I want to say, and 7 is just a lot for a divisional opponent. So give me Cleveland +7.
Yeah. Who Cleveland play last week? Because they lost.
New England.
They got slaughtered by New England. Cleveland. I'm gonna go with the Ravens -7. Then I don't trust the Ravens at home to close this game out at all.
Yeah.
7's a lot too at home, but they just got smacked at home by the Patriots.
Exactly.
That's gonna make me lean towards Baltimore. Although I'll tell you what, I'm Colin, you go ahead. Who you got? And then I'm gonna say something afterwards.
So there's a shocking amount of times in that game last week in Cleveland that you just saw a wide open receiver just in the middle of the field. Nobody, Hunter Henry caught a bomb touchdown. It was just like a 10-yard, not maybe 15-yard cross, just wide open in the flat. But 7's a lot for a divisional opponent. Cleveland likes to run the ball, so time of possession might be at a premium.
Yep.
We saw Jacoby Brissett come back to earth. Looked like a backup quarterback last week.
Yeah.
But Baltimore's pass defense hasn't really been, anything special.
No, they've been bad.
So I'm going to lean Cleveland here and hope Baltimore gives up that backdoor cover.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm looking for that backdoor.
This is a matchup though that if we're picking money line, I'd probably go Ravens.
Yes,
but the 7 points is intriguing enough.
Yeah, it is.
I was going to say, if you had taken the Ravens, I was going to say that everybody listening and watching this should go jump on the Browns, because whenever Addison's on, it tends to go that way. Whenever the 4 of us think one way and Addison thinks the other, it tends to go Addison's way. It's impressive.
I love it.
Okay, so we've got kind of a pretty good split there. 3 on the Ravens and 2 on the Browns. I like that. Next up on our list here, we've got Tampa Bay traveling to Carolina. Tampa Bay is 10.5-point favorites. Addison, you went with Carolina last week, and they damn near did it.
I was going to say the 10.5
That's a
again
lot.
for Carolina.
Well, remember last week, home division dogs. I need to look up how they did last week, but I'm telling you, if there's a home division dog, I like it, especially at 10.5.
It's an insane amount of points, 10.5.
That's crazy.
Tampa Bay has looked so suspect.
So bad.
Brady has been, screaming at teammates, but that makes me want to believe in them because it's like they're going to answer the call. But are they? I mean, you saw the quote. Brady was saying that playing the NFL is like going to war in the military. What a bad take, Tom. Just got to say. I mean, Michigan man, love you, but terrible take.
I don't know how many deaths there are. I'm sure there's.
I was gonna say you're getting paid millions,
Millions.
my man, to do this, and you're comparing it like you're going to war, like you're a military man. So I don't know, but he said it's hard to focus on his personal life and football. There's a lot going on with Tom, and I mean, I think that really can mess with the team, mess with him. He's getting old. He's 45, and is this Brady coming back? And she shouldn't have. She should have rode off into the sunset. I mean, it might be, and I can't lie. I'm going to be on the side that it is. So I'm going to go Carolina plus 10.5 at home. They looked all right against the Rams. You know, the rule firing, that's good. I've been calling for it, but Tampa Bay is struggling just as much as Los Angeles to me. I mean, they just lost to the Steelers. I mean, now everyone
were missing all their defensive studs too.
And by the way, Alex Hightower, we'll get to him, but holy cow, yeah, that guy's a monster. But I just don't think Tampa Bay right now looks like the well-oiled machine that they could be. But so give me Carolina plus 10.5 at home.
Yeah, I think Tom Brady maybe for one of the first times in his life made the worst mistake of all time. This is coming back and playing after retiring has cost him his marriage, and his team sucks.
Yeah.
And he's taking shots, and his team is 3-3 so far. I mean, he blew up everything to come back for this team that doesn't look any good.
I want to say one thing, Brady. What was Brady's thing when he was 40, 41, 42? It was that he didn't not go to practice on Wednesdays. He practiced. And he practiced harder than every other quarterback in the league.
Yep, that's why
now this guy's taking flights on Friday to go to New York, hang out.
Go to a wedding. He went to a wedding Friday.
And then, which I mean, I get. But
he's like 80.
He got married to a 45-year-old doctor, too.
Of course he did. I'm sure she gives good.
She's a decent looking
lady. Good meals.
Yeah.
No,
cooked meals.
It's interesting though because he didn't fly back to the team. He traveled to Pittsburgh alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does he think he's better than the rest of these guys?
And then he screamed at his offensive line on the bench. I mean, going cut to the chase, I'm taking the Panthers plus 10.5 home division dogs. I love it. Sage was on the Bucks and Bobby is on the Panthers with me and Addison. Colin, who are you going with?
That makes my decision pretty easy based off that analysis. It does say something when Bill Belichick says, "No, Bob, I'm not coming to your."
No, true.
Was he even invited?
I think he was.
Was he invited?
He's still the coach of it.
Yeah, I know, but was he? Kraft said on the record, Bill Belichick is the biggest asshole in my whole life.
Oh my god!
Like that's on the record. Bob Kraft said that.
I don't know if he was invited, but he didn't go, even if he was invited.
No one's got to coach a team, man. You can't go on a Friday night.
Oh, Carolina's just so bad.
They're so bad, but they almost covered against the Rams.
It won't be PJ Walker. I saw that.
Wasn't it in LA too?
It was. It won't be Eason. It will be PJ.
It'll be PJ. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you, but
better than Eason.
I just had a nasty foot cramp, by the way.
Oh my god!
I just randomly happened first time.
I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna watch the tape back and see how you did over there.
I threw off the flip flop.
You need a banana? We can get the banana order down here quick.
I'll take Carolina, but I don't feel good about it.
No, I don't love that, but 10.5 is so many points.
Definitely will not be touching this game at all on Sunday.
No, sir. That game will just be tuned out. Next up, we've got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Cincinnati. I've got Cincinnati at -6.5. I think Bobby sent me his pick, and it was -7, but I have them at -6.5 as the most recent. That's what I'm rolling with. Sage and Bobby are both on Atlanta plus the 6.5. If it was 7, I would love it.
Yeah.
It's 6.5. That just makes me a little nervous. But Addison, what are your thoughts here?
This is a really tough one to pick. Atlanta's kept games close all year. They've got a on the rock offense, and that keeps you in games because, like you said, Colin, time of possession. What happens when the Bengals have 2-3 and outs and Atlanta's held the ball for 17 minutes and the Bengals have 2 minutes of possession?
I forget what the stat was. Not to cut you off.
No,
I forget what the stat was on Sunday. Bengals got the ball to start. Or maybe they didn't get the ball to start the second half. They had one possession in the second half by like the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter.
That's bad. Yeah. I mean,
so the Saints were just holding
high in the rock, and I mean that is how you beat prolific offenses, and that's what Cincinnati can be. 6.5. Oh man, they dominated the 49ers too last week. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking 49ers are gonna
Yeah.
The 5.5 was a joke. You know what I'm saying? And Atlanta outright wins.
By 2 touchdowns.
Cincinnati, though, I'm gonna ride with them. This is a huge game for Cincinnati. Win. If they win right here, there's a chance they take the. I mean, they do have a divisional opponent with the Baltimore and Cleveland, so who knows? You got to lean Baltimore, like you said, money line. Cincinnati has a chance to take the lead in the division with a win. 6.5 at home. It's a team that is not as good as them when it comes down to it. Give me Cincinnati.
I like that. Quick statistic before I give my pick. Atlanta is the only team in the NFL undefeated against the spread. They are 6-0 against the spread this year. I probably should have given you that beforehand. I don't know if that would change your pick or not.
No, I'm right.
I doubt it. Yeah. And even though they're 6-0 against the spread, and yes, I think they can dominate time possession. I'm excited to watch AJ Terrell versus Jamar Chase. That'll be a fun matchup. I'll hopefully be watching that in the bar in Miami somewhere.
Yeah.
That being said, the Bengals have a chance to kind of start to maybe pull away from the crowd here.
Rolling, yeah.
And I just can't pick against them at -6.5. A touchdown and it's over. If it was 7, I think I'd go Falcons. -6.5.
Yeah,
that's just crazy. Isn't that crazy? Like it's legit a 0.5 point difference, and it changes who I take in this game.
Yeah.
Because 7 is just it's so much harder to win by more than 7 than it is to win by less than 7. You know what I mean? And I think the Bengals are just a better team in general.
Mm-hmm.
Sage and Bob both went Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then me and Addison are both on Cincinnati. Colin, who are you riding with?
I'm riding with Houday.
Let's go.
Yes,
I'm going with the Bengals at home. Yep. Chase Terrell's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a great
Atlanta's
matchup.
run defense has been surprisingly really good.
Atlanta has been surprisingly really good, like for the most part. They've been in every game.
Arthur Smith, man.
This could be a T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd type of
game.
Yeah,
I was going to say T. Higgins.
So you start Tyler Boyd fantasy this weekend? No.
That's Sage's department.
Yeah, that's Sage's department. You're right. Okay.
I don't know if actually I think me and Sage are both like 2 and 4 in our league.
I'm 2 and 4 also.
Sage has 1 win.
They just won at
Sage
5.
really
Last week
sucks.
was the battle of the 1 and 4s.
The buried his ass. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions traveling to Arlington, Texas, to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are favored -7. On Dallas -7.
Wow, Sage is jumping ship.
Yeah, he's his team.
Wow.
I play Kevin in fantasy this week. Thank
Dak
God.
coming back is huge. I think I'm leaning that way. Detroit I don't believe in them at all. I mean, I say you said 7 seed, and that's looking rough and rough. Looking worse and worse by the week, each week. But in Dallas, Dak's first game wants to go, hey, everybody else saying Cooper Rush, you paid me all this money for a reason. Let me show you why.
Yep.
Give me Dallas -7. You know, 7 is a scary number. But the Detroit Lions are coming back down to earth. Their number 1 ranked offense is not a number 1 ranked offense.
Their coach has to be on the hot seat right now. I'm also on the Cowboys -7. At home, coming off a tough divisional loss to the Eagles, but they showed that they could play.
Yep.
They could hang with them.
Yeah,
in Philly too. Like it was a 3-point game in Philly. The Cowboys are for real. I love their defense. Their defense finally gave up over 20, but they gave up over 26. They gave up 26.
Yeah.
To
right there. To
probably the best team in NFL right now.
Yeah.
Them and the Bills. So I'm taking Dallas to win by 10 in this game. And Colin, are we going to clean sweep?
I will say, going back to your last point, 36 were on the inside of your field, so that's real tough for the defense.
That's hard for the defense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good luck. Yeah.
And the Eagles play such an exhausting brand of football. It's just pounds of rock. How many plays where, like, it was like a triple option for Hurst, and for Hurts, he can hand off the running back, he can keep it himself, or he can throw it to A.J. Brown from across the middle. So they were making Micah Parsons pick. Is he going to get the running back and the quarterback or the wide receiver? Yeah, it's like you decide and we'll go the other direction.
Jalen Hurts makes the right decision.
He's smart. He's smart. But Detroit with Jared Goff is not going to be able to do that. No. They're going to have to block Micah Parsons. And yes, Penny Sewell is very good and Taylor Decker is very good. Micah Parsons is my defensive player of the year pick for a reason. Please, sorry, I jumped in. Slow your thunder.
No, I think this might be our first spread clean sweep.
Oh, baby.
Let's go. Okay, I like it.
I'm hesitant to pick Dallas because I've been notorious on the show for not picking the Cowboys. But I'll sip the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Sipping the Kool-Aid.
Let's go.
First clean sweep of the spreads. I love that. Let's go. Moving on. Next up, this one shocked me when I saw this line. Straight up shocked me. The New York Giants, 5-1 on the season, traveling to Clanton, going to Jacksonville. Jacksonville is favored by 3. That's insane to me that Jacksonville are the favorites in this game. I understand it's at home.
I was gonna say I think it's the Miami thing. When you play Miami at 12, it kills your team, and it's the same thing with Jacksonville. That's a swamp down there. You're playing in humidity. I mean, it's going to be such a good game. It's just like you said, Nate. I was shocked. +3 for a 5-1 team. They really don't believe in the G-men. And what do you see though when you look at the Jags? Like you said, Lawrence did have a good game, but all that, and they
Still
lost. And they lost.
Yep, still lost.
Yeah.
Well, and talking about the home field advantage for being in a hot Florida.
Yeah.
They lost 2 weeks ago to the Texans in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville, right? So you can't even give them a home field advantage there. Addison, who are you riding with on this one?
I'm gonna go with the G-men. You know, the G-men. I'm shouting him out until he says so. Shout out Ray Rush. The G-men are rolling right now, 5-1. I mean, they're one step behind the Eagles, and they haven't played yet, right? Or have they? I don't think so.
Giants and Eagles, no.
No, exactly.
No,
So
because the Giants only lost to the Cowboys.
They've got 2 games against the team that's in first in their division.
Yeah.
They're rolling. Brian Daboll's looking like a great hire. He's got that offense playing. I mean, Saquon is legit. He's just a tough running back to play against. I mean, that guy's going to be going 100 miles per hour the whole game.
He's back, man.
Yeah, he's
all the way
full back. And Jacksonville is just going to be up and down. You know, Lawrence is still developing. It's Peterson's first year. They're going to have weeks where they look great. And they might win this by more than 3, by 2 touchdowns even. But it's also going to be a game where it's like, this just helped us for next year with a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the G-Men +3. They're rolling, and they look good.
Excuse me. I am joining you on the Giants as well. So is Sage and Bobby. They're all on the Giants. They're underdogs at 5-1. I don't understand that. I understand at home, but even at home, like say the Jags are at home, so they get 3 points. They're calling this a pick'em. How?
Yeah.
How are you going to call this a pick'em?
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, Jacksonville's looked good sometimes. Giants have looked good all season.
Yeah.
And the Giants are 5-1 against the spread, and they are going to cover the 3. They're going to win this game. I can't wait to put money on them money line.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be decent odds.
I understand things are week to week in the league, and it was a London game, but what's Green Bay versus the Jags if it's a spread?
-7.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
least.
Green Bay is expected to win that game big, and the G-men handled them. I mean, and when they needed to most in the second half, they dominated and shut down Rodgers. You told me they can't shut down Trevor Lawrence?
And they just came back from against the Ravens. They just came back
They're
against
rolling.
a good
I mean,
Ravens
they are
team.
rolling.
Yeah, Brian Dable has the boys playing some inspired football, which nobody saw coming, I don't think.
No.
This is very surprising.
Honestly, I was saying Danny Dimes out in New York.
Yeah, done.
Is he though? Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. Colin, who you got in this one?
Say, before I make the pick, I got a couple of updates here.
Mhm.
Just real quick. Chiefs are a strong contender for Odell. That'd be cool.
Ooh, that
I
was
think
interesting.
Travis Kelce restructured his contract.
Yeah, made
so that they have
like
more money.
4.5 mil.
Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, fully medically cleared, expected to be a participant at practice tomorrow.
Yep.
Mike Tomlin, Kenny Pickett was a full participant today, so you guys might get Kenny.
See, okay.
2 gloves.
Ooh, NFL, you guys got a real fucking problem, a real issue. Teddy Bridgewater was not allowed to practice until Thursday last week because of the concussion protocol that Kenny Pickett is in. Why did Kenny Pickett get to practice today? Why? Why is he on the practice field today? He's in a concussion protocol. Please continue.
Last update, Aaron Rodgers dealing with a right thumb injury. Not
Ah,
practicing
he's hurt,
today.
dude.
I was
That's
gonna say
why.
it's Russell Wilson's hamstring, dude.
The Broncos country.
With all that being said, there's no way on earth why Jacksonville should be
I don't
3-point
understand
favorites
it.
or
I don't
any point
understand it.
favorites at home.
Mhm.
And that's why I'm reverse hexing myself and I'm playing the Bucks and I'm taking the Jags.
I was gonna say that's. I
Because
almost
why-
wanted to take that.
Why are they doing that? Right.
It was like, what team was that a couple weeks ago? God is blanking me. They were favorites for no reason. It's like, why is this team favored? And then they just smoked the team they played. It might be on one of our last sheets.
Maybe we have to
We'll
look back.
continue.
Yeah, we'll keep going. Okay, so it's a 4-on-1 in this one. I like it. That's going to be interesting. I'm very confused why that's the spread.
Yeah.
Moving on, we've got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Tennessee, who is getting a new stadium, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw a $2.1 billion
Yeah,
stadium.
super expensive stadium in Tennessee. That'll be cool. Not too far from here either. We might make
Good for Nashville.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
good
good.
for them
It's
getting that.
Yeah, 100%.
Tennessee is favored by 2.5 points right now, which I don't know. Ashton, what are your thoughts on this one?
It's going to be the 2.5 is interesting. Like I said, I wish it was 3.5 so I could have that hook, but I'm all on the Colts plus 2.5. I think they are getting it figured out a little bit. Bobby was saying it during the week. They finally committed to short passes, getting the ball out quick for Matt Ryan, not making this guy run around for his life, extend plays. He cannot do that. One thing that their big question mark, though, is Jonathan Taylor. This guy was the best running back in the league last year, and he's obviously had the injury, but after week 1, he was normal. You know what I mean? This guy was elite, and he's coming back off the injury. They got to figure that out because the running backs they're weak there right now. I mean, they're fucking practice squad guys are getting huge carries in the fourth quarter. Deontay Jackson, I want to say, but he did make plays on that big last drive. Alec Pierce, I think, steal for the Colts. Great receiver. He makes plays, and they're just going to get healthier and healthier. And if the Colts can win this game, the division is theirs.
Yes,
in their hands, at least.
Absolutely.
And they control their own destiny. And Tennessee's going to fight hard divisional game, but give me the points in a divisional game.
Agreed. Crap. I was going to take the Colts, and I can't take the Colts anymore because I keep saying it, and I'm going to continue to say it. No, they're home favorites. Never mind. Fuck that. I'm taking the Colts. I was going to say home division dogs, but they're favorites, idiot. Give me the Colts. Honestly, probably give me the Colts money line.
Mm-hmm.
I like what the Colts are doing. Yeah. I like that they showed some grit coming back against Jacksonville. I think their offense is starting to figure out a little bit. We need Shaq Leonard back on the field. Badly need him back on the field. He is their whole defense, honestly. But yeah, give me the Colts plus the 2.5 points. I wish it was plus 3.
Yeah, I know.
But I'll take plus 2.5. That might be a teaser option.
Yeah, seriously.
Colin, who are you going with? Sage and Bobby are both in the Colts.
Oh, baby.
I think I'm going to have to play a song that Philadelphia's been playing the last couple of weeks.
Uh-huh.
And I keep dancing on my own. I am taking Tennessee at home.
I love it.
Let's go. That was wonderful. Dancing on his own over there. Why are you going the Colts?
They're Titans.
Why am I going Titans?
Thank you.
Just home team.
Home team division game.
I think it's an absolute wash.
Yeah.
Tennessee did win. It's hard to sweep a divisional opponent, but I think the Titans just pound the rock, and Tannehill has to make 1 or 2 plays himself, and I think they'll do it.
Okay, so we've got 4 against 1 again.
I love it.
What was that, 3 in a row? 2 in a row. Jags and Titans guy, huh? Moving on, we've got
Jags and Titans. Yeah, I'm a big AFC South
guy.
AFC
South guy, apparently. We've got Green Bay traveling to Washington to take on the Carson Wentz-less Commanders because Carson Wentz is at with Heineke getting the playing time. Green Bay's favored by 4.5. Sage and Bobby are both on Green Bay.
I can't lie. It looks like we're probably gonna. If I had a bet, we're gonna clean sweep this because give me Green Bay minus 4.5. That's disrespectful. I know their offense hasn't really been scoring as of late. But Washington couldn't move the ball with Wentz. You think they're gonna be better with Heineke? Maybe. Green Bay's defense is pretty good. I think. Yeah, being in Washington, true. Whatever though. I mean, Green Bay needs to win this game. If you fall to 3 and 4, Rodgers is gonna have to come out and say RELAX.
Yeah, you guys relax.
Gotta run the table.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta run. Chicago, we have success there. All right. Took the L that year, so suck it. But minus 4.5 is too low. I think Green Bay might end up winning this game by 15 plus. Washington is terrible. I mean, they're bad. They should have lost to the Bears, who couldn't do jack shit on offense. And I mean, Green Bay can muster 20 points. Washington's not winning. That's true.
If they
though.
muster 20, I'd be 2-1 in locks.
That's true. No, you're 100% right. But they need to get AJ Dillon the ball more.
Yeah, and Aaron Jones
Aaron
the ball
Jones had
more.
like 4 carries in the whole first half last
Give him
week.
the damn ball.
Sickening. You guys got 2 great running backs. I'm sorry, Rodgers. That sucks that you have to hand the ball off a lot. But please, let's do what's best for the team.
Yes, let's just win the games. I don't know why I want to take Washington here. I don't think I can because I think Heineke's better than Carson Wentz. I think Heineke's a better quarterback. No offense, Carson Wentz. I know he's probably watching the live right now.
Yeah, he's
but,
100% watching that.
Yeah, right. But I want to take the Commanders. Green Bay just got embarrassed on their home field by the New York Jets, who might be a team.
The Jets.
The Jets. Shot at the Dolphins. And I was like, wow. But Green Bay's my Super Bowl, and I've got to imagine they're going to figure it out. But, man, 10 points against the Jets is tough at home.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it. Fuck it. Give me Washington. Give me Washington plus 4.5.
I love it.
I can't. They're at home getting points. They won their last game, which was a real snooze fest.
Yeah,
but they won it.
barn burner.
The Packers have looked bad all season. They're not even in my honorable mention in my power rankings, which we'll get to after our picks. But give me Washington in this one at home. Yeah. I don't love it, but I'm taking them. Colin, who are you going with?
I do like Heineke more than Wentz. He gives you a rushing.
True, yeah.
Aspect to the offense.
He's slow.
Wentz can't roll out. And when he rolls out, he goes down.
Yeah.
Or he just goes away.
Yeah,
but Heineke, I like rushing more than Wentz. However, you have Jair on McLaurin.
Yep.
It could be a Curtis Samuel game.
I refuse to play him in fantasy if he'll catch the damn ball.
Will Douglas is no scrub either.
No, neither is Eric Stokes.
And I'll take Green Bay because, like Addison said, they have to win.
They have to
Although winning doesn't mean they're covering
No,
4.5.
true,
But
I think they
Green
want
Bay.
to. I think they want to show something here. You know, like saying they took a bad loss to the New York Jets. Are they going to?
Are they gonna bounce
Close
back?
against
Took
Washington.
back-to-back
Yeah.
kind of bad losses. I know
Yeah,
the Giants are
Yeah,
a good team, but
they're
You're
going
right
into
against
London
them.
thinking, "Oh, this is a dub." Like Minnesota is going to run away with this division if Green Bay doesn't get their head out their ass.
Okay, I
know.
hate
It's
having
as
to-
brutally honest as you can be.
Yeah. Moving on, we've got the New York Jets traveling to Denver.
And
The Broncos are 1.5 point favorites in this one. Both Sage and Bobby are taking the Jets plus that point and a half. Well, Addison, what's up with that?
I don't want to ride forever with Sage.
With Fade Brown?
That's like 7 straight that I'm not really, but that I'm on with him, and that's scaring me. But
You want me to stop telling you what he takes?
no. But I mean, you look at the over/under; it's 38.5. They're expecting this to be low scoring. Denver's passing defense, shout out DraftKings, terrible promotion. They've only allowed 1 passing touchdown all year, and Herbert did not get one.
Mm-hmm.
And you bring up Zach Wilson, like you're saying, he's game managing right now, but he's
Yeah.
doing it.
He's doing it well. He's not turning over the ball.
Russell, I almost said Westbrook. They're basically the same.
Yeah, they
Russell
both suck.
Wilson, both washed. He's got the hamstring injury now. Of course he does. You know what I'm saying? There's an injury whenever things are going bad, but if he was playing well, you know, I mean, obviously he wouldn't be saying anything.
Right. Got
to have a reason why he's struggling. It is in Denver, and last week I took them plus 5.5 against the Chargers because I figured they'd keep it close, and they somehow do keep it close. They play these terrible games. Well, they're in every game they've played. They don't win, but they are in these games, and the Jets are rolling at 4-2.
Talking yourself into the Jets.
Jets. Give me the Jets for I think 3rd straight week now.
Yeah. We've been on the Jets.
Like you said, Breece Hall is legit.
Yeah,
They've got a running back in him, and their defense Sauce is balling right now. Their defense is good too, and they think they're rolling. I mean, they're 4-2. They're lying to
feeling
themselves.
hot.
You know, everybody said they're going to be bad, me included. I said this team might be 0-10.
Yeah.
They're 4-2, and they're shutting everybody up. So give me the Jets plus 1.5.
Yeah, it's nice that they're getting points.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Denver. I had them last when we did our divisions, and they're proving me right. Although the Raiders are trying their best to be worse than them. Jets are hot, and I hate. It hurts me internally to pick the Jets to win a road football game, or any football game, let alone a road football game at Denver, who should be good, who just dished out $240 million for their quarterback, who stinks and cost me $500 this weekend. Russ,
Sickening.
I needed 20 yards in the second half. That's all I needed. Couldn't get it. The douche.
And overtime too.
Yeah,
Played almost the whole
and
overtime.
he had overtime too to do it. He had 3 completions in the second half and overtime. Yeah, and I just talked myself into the Jets. So give me the Jets plus 1.5. Denver freaking stinks. Sorry, Matt. Denver's bad. Russell Wilson fleeced them, and the Seahawks fleeced them. They have a better quarterback. They have several first-round picks. They have a tight end and a defensive end from them for the right to pay for Russell Wilson to be average, below average. Give me the Jets. Colin?
Yeah, hey Russ, here's $245 million before you even play a snap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my god.
And 2 firsts, and 2 seconds, and 3 players.
Yeah.
This is a tough game. The 3 o'clock windows lately have been awful.
Yeah,
You get one good game, and then you get a bunch of fill-ins. It's tough, man. Mile High is such a great place for a home field.
Yeah, I know it is.
But Denver just stinks, and the Jets are riding the high, and they just won at Lambeau.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear about home fields if they're running at Lambeau. Lambeau's as hard as they come. Pause. I'm thinking the Jets as well. Is that a clean sweep?
Clean sweep for the New York Jets. I never,
God,
ever
sick.
thought that we would have that
I'm
happen on the show.
I'm taking the Jets.
I pride us on at least knowing football pretty well.
Yeah.
And I never thought that we would ever take the Jets, all 5 of us. That's disturbing. I hate it a lot, but so that's the way it's going right now.
Yeah, it is.
Next up, we've got Houston traveling to Vegas. I've got the spread at Vegas -7, which I hate.
It's gross.
Addison, who are you going with?
I mean, Raiders looked finally alive. I mean, they competed with the Chiefs. Offense looked like, hey, this is what it should have been all year, and we shouldn't have 1 win.
Yeah.
Houston is terrible. They're going to be fighting for a top draft pick, but their style of football keeps them close.
Damian Pierce, down the rock, man.
Run the ball, play defense. It's Lovie Smith, but he's in Houston.
Yep.
And Houston, like you said, they beat the Jags earlier in Jacksonville. They're just a team that you look at it and you think, oh, no chance. But somehow they do keep games close and they have opportunities to win. I'm going to go Houston +7.
Yeah.
I took a couple -6, -7s earlier, and it's just too big of a number for me to do it over and over and over. And McDaniels might be one and done again.
Yeah,
and come back to New England.
Later.
Maybe not that, but we'll see. But give me Houston +7. Lovey keeping it close.
Yeah. I'm also Houston +7. I don't think the Raiders are very good. I think the Raiders win the game, but I think Houston covers.
Yeah. Yep.
Bobby agrees with me and you. Sage is on the Raiders -7. I thought you'd like that. Colin, who's your pick?
Well, I don't like that tidbit.
You want to ride with old Don Pan?
The Raiders' defense is so bad.
So bad.
And Houston likes to run the football.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a nice Damian Pierce game. I'm going to take Vegas, and I don't feel great about it, but I'm taking Vegas.
Yeah, the 7 is so ugly.
It is a lot of points. That makes that. If it was 6.5 again, I would have taken Houston with a smile on my face and like, yes, thank you. But I will just go ahead and So we got me, Addison, and Bobby on Houston, Colin and Sage on Raiders. Next up, we've got Seattle traveling to the Chargers. I've got the Chargers at -6.5. Chargers coming off of an overtime win where they scored 19 points. Keenan Allen's hamstring has to be completely torn off his leg, right?
Yeah, it's gone.
For him to miss all weeks of the season.
My guy's Al Coolman with hamstring.
If he doesn't play this weekend, I'm dropping him in fantasy. Done with him. You can go right to hell, buddy.
Fantasy football free agency hell.
Yes. Not real hell. Maybe he's a good guy. I don't know. But right now, he's really hurt me. Chargers -6.5. As in need take.
I'm running with a 6.5 plus Seattle Seahawks. Their offense is legit. Kenneth Walker is legit.
He's gonna be good, man.
I mean, that guy put up numbers when he came in when Penny got hurt, and then last week he showed
that job's officially his. Sorry,
you start me, man. I'm making moves,
Yep.
and he looks good. He looked great in college, and he's just translating into the league. Give him a chance. He's gonna run well. Geno is balling.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna admit,
good, man.
Sage was wrong about the Lions, but he might have been right about Geno.
Geno
I mean, honestly, because he looks good, and I saw some talk about Drew Lock potentially being the quarterback. I'm like, what has Geno done to lose this job?
No, nothing. No way.
Yeah, he's secured this job in my mind.
It definitely has.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in the Chargers against Denver, it was a good defense, but man, they don't know how to win games big.
No.
They don't win games
They don't
big.
blow
They
anybody
keep
out.
things close. They do something stupid. They make a mistake. The wrong call by the coach going for something.
I don't know what Staley is thinking most of the time.
Los Angeles is not home field advantage. Like,
No,
I
it's
do not care that Seattle is away, especially since it's Seattle. Like, they're close. I mean, that's going to be packed. I mean, you're gonna see some 12s in LA. So give me Seattle +6.5. I think their offense is rolling. I think the Chargers still banged up, like you said. Keenan Allen, good luck. Tariq Woolen. They brought him up for 4 picks in 4 straight weeks.
Yep.
A pick per week.
Yep.
I mean,
That'd be insane.
Yeah, I was gonna say 16 and 4.
16 picks.
No, but and I think he might have another one. We'll see. Herbert did have a touchdown last week. He's going to be trying to put up the numbers and giving Woolen getting a pick and Seahawks covering +6.5.
Yeah, okay. I like that. Woolen's definitely going to pick.
Yeah.
That's a freak. He runs 4.2 speed and he's 6'4". He's 6'4".
Yeah. They drafted him late.
Yeah, he was like
This
a
guy, attitude maybe, but what? Like, you cannot let a guy like that. He's a unicorn at corner, and he's slipping in the draft because of what? Yeah, no, who cares? But yeah, Seattle +6.5.
Yeah, I'm also going Seattle +6.5. I like what they're doing right now. They look good.
Yeah.
They're winning games that are like they're 3-3. I had them picking top 2. Honest to God.
Same. I had 3 wins all year, and they're
picking
3-3. They're tied for first in their division.
Yeah, their losses have come. Their only bad loss was against the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
Other than that, they lost by 4, and they lost by 7 to the Saints. I think
And that game was close.
That game was close. Yeah, it was a good
It
game.
was Taysom Hill's game.
Yeah, it was a Taysom Hill
literally.
game. What, 4
Of course
touchdowns?
it was. Yeah.
Or 3 touchdowns?
At least 3.
At least 3 touchdowns. They just shut down Arizona pretty effectively. It was impressive. Yeah, and I think they're just going to pound the rock. Kenneth Walker. I think they have 35 to 40 minutes of game time possession.
Yeah.
Give me Seattle plus the 6.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
Colin, you dancing by yourself over there?
No, I'm also on Seattle.
On Seattle,
I
okay.
love it.
Bobby
I
and
love
Seattle. I don't know if I said that already, but I seen you when I said that. So clean all of us on the Seahawks. I like what they're doing, and it's like we said, the Chargers just not home field advantage. Our third. Oh yeah, we also all took the Jets. You're right. Third one. Holy cow. You know all three of those are losing.
Losing.
At least two.
Yeah, guaranteed 2 of them are. Well, it's spread betting.
We're about to put
50-50.
in sweep again.
It's a
this
50.
upcoming game.
Yeah, we are.
I think
We've already off to a hot start with 2 of them taking one team.
And I mean, I'm taking the same. Kansas City Chiefs -3 in San Francisco with the offense for San Fran that just doesn't look like it's completely
Doesn't look good.
going right
No.
now. Yeah. A well-oiled machine maybe later in the year, but Kansas City off of a tough loss against Buffalo, they're about to put up some numbers.
Yeah, they are.
San Fran's offense will not be able to keep up. They're going to try to run the ball, but Kansas City, I mean, I don't care. I believe in them with my whole heart. Mahomes is insane. So Kansas City -3 is a no-brainer to me. Like, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Kansas City -3 as well, without a doubt. I don't really need a whole lot of explanation.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm sure Colin actually, he might go San Fran, like you said earlier with, who was it? The Jags.
Yeah.
Why are San Fran -3? They're at home against the Chiefs?
Oh, they're +3 San Fran.
Oh, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
+3, but still,
Right,
I mean, why is it
home.
that close? Like, why is it that close at all? But
Yeah.
Maybe they think San Fran's defense could keep
No,
that,
true.
but
Although San Francisco gave up 28 points to the
I
Falcons.
know.
Who does that speak more to, the Falcons or the 49ers? I don't know.
Yeah.
Colin, who are you going with?
So as I did last week, I'm going to reserve my pick for a later
Nice,
segment of the
nice,
show.
nice.
And that's all I'm going to say about
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Love that.
respect. All right. Well, me, Addison, Sage, and Bobby are all on Chiefs. Next up, we've got Sunday Night Football. It is the 50th anniversary of the 1972 Miami Dolphins. 50th anniversary of the 1972 Miami Dolphins game.
I forgot to give out a pick.
Wow, dude. That hurts. I don't know if you're forcing that or not. Wow. Sorry about that, everybody. The Dolphins are 7-point favorites at home. It is the return of Tua. Teron Armstead's back. Austin Jackson's back. Both of our tackles are back, which is really nice. Dolphins are 7-point favorites. I wish it was 6.5. I really wish it was 6.5. But I am yet to pick against the Dolphins, and that doesn't change this week. I'm just going to go first, I guess. I'm taking the Dolphins -7. Sage is also riding the Dolphins right now, which I don't love Sage, but that's okay. Addison, let's hear your pick. See what you got to say about it. I saw what you circled. It's 7. If it was 6.5, I wonder what you would take. But
Nate,
7 is tough.
We got our host here, Nate. He's traveling down Cabo. Now
Going to the game.
Going to this
Can't
game.
wait.
Going to be legendary Sunday Night Football. But Nate is a curse. We're going to bring back this last time Nate went to the
Curse.
Dolphins-Steelers game, and Matt Moore got obliterated.
He got killed.
I mean,
by
destroyed. Nate was there.
I was Matt Morgan's prime roster.
No, that's
Yeah,
true.
and
No,
AB,
that's true.
time,
That's
maybe
true. That's true.
Come
When
on.
Nate was there for that and they lost, I'm not saying they're going to outright lose, but I'm in love with Steelers +7. Like you said, Kenny Pickett full practice. We'll see if he plays. I know Tomlin said if he can, he will. I hope it's Mitch. Mitch looked good against the Patriots. Not the
Okay,
Patriots,
against
the
the
Bucks.
Bucks,
And he had a big plays on that last drive to secure the win. I mean, a couple of third down and long
Yeah,
conversions.
he did decent numbers.
Yeah, he did. I mean, coming off the bench, but that's Mitch. You know what I'm saying? He's going to suck when he starts, and when you need him to do good, or if you think
Show
bad,
up and do
he's
something.
going to do something.
Yeah.
7 points is a lot. I think Miami is still reeling a little bit off the 3 straight L's. I do think the 7 is just a good number to me. Miami, like I think they could win money line, but Pittsburgh, Alex Hightower, holy cow! They lose T.J. Watt. They're paying him all this money. Do they need him?
Yeah.
I know obviously he's better. They lose without him.
That is the first game they've won with
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
say. We
first
brought
time
up that
they've
stat
won
last
without
week that they
TJ
were
Watt.
winless without T.J. Watt,
TJ
but they have a win now, and I think they might sneak another.
Okay.
I'm thinking the Steelers might win money night, baby.
Oh,
So give me the Steelers +7.
Okay. All right. Bobby's with you on that. Colin, decider. What are you thinking?
I'm taking Miami. It won't be as big of a home field being a night game
Yeah.
versus a day game.
That game is sold out tickets. If you mean like
Just like the weather, though. Like,
Well,
it's
oh,
12
yeah,
o'clock
I thought you meant
in the
like
evening,
it won't be-
yeah.
yeah, it
place
won't
is
be-
But
gonna
they're not
packed.
baking.
Right, no,
It won't be 95 on Miami sideline and 120.
Hey.
on the other
Yeah.
one.
Sorry about it.
Hey, I love that.
Hey,
I love
yeah.
that.
You
I'm
gotta
all
do what
for
you
that.
gotta do.
Yeah.
Like the Bills locker rooms. I was listening to was it Barton Hahn maybe?
Probably.
I forgot. It was midday on ESPN radio, and they had I think it was Isaiah McKenzie. No. I don't remember who they had on it, but
Some
they were
Bills
talking about
receiver,
like the
yeah.
differential between like the Bills locker room and the opponent's
wait.
locker room has like 2 showers and like
I love
a
that.
toilet.
Yeah, and the Bills have 17
Yeah,
showers,
17
toilet for every
showers.
single guy. Yeah.
Everybody does
So it's
that
like
shit.
everyone
No,
has
yeah,
a
it's a home
If you
field
disappointed,
advantage. It's home
everyone
field
be disappointed
advantage.
if you
Yeah,
didn't do
100%.
that.
100%.
You know, and then you travel to Buffalo in the winter. No one's complaining about the snow. It's
Yeah,
like, sorry,
exactly.
you're playing the fucking elements. If you don't like it, build a dome.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Sorry about it. You know,
Yeah,
it
that's
is
it.
what it is.
Or get home field yourself.
No, let's say
Yeah.
Buffalo has home field in the playoffs. Well, here's one. Don't allow them to get home field in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. Right. You can't control the weather. Sorry about it.
But I'll take Miami. Tua's coming back. They look good with Tua.
Undefeated.
I will say, I saw something that too was like, I was unconscious.
He was unconscious. Yeah, he said he doesn't remember after he got hit until the ambulance. He doesn't remember any of that.
That's crazy, man.
He took a shot, man.
He's taking the time off though. He's
Mhm.
clearly healthy. They're not playing
He was
him against
technically
his will. Yeah.
medically cleared against the Vikings.
Yeah,
And they're like,
exactly.
no, you're sitting another week. He went on 4 different out-of-state trips to specialists to get cleared. by
Yeah,
all
exactly.
4 of
They're
them.
not. And my thing is, they're not letting him do all that travel if he's clearly not
Right.
okay. Like he has to fly.
Right.
They're not
Like
gonna let
Jordan
this-
Poyer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
That man
is
traveled
insane.
2,000 miles.
15 hours in the car.
That is
Played every single defensive snap in the game.
Because
punctured
how are
lung
you-
or collapsed lung or
They
something.
were worried with the change in air pressure from
Yeah.
flying. They're like, you can play football, which is crazy because it's like getting hit by fucking cars.
Yeah.
You can play football, but you cannot fly in an airplane. And he's like, I bet I will drive to this game.
One reason something with Miami, it's the problem I brought it up. In my mind is what happens if Tua gets hit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not
holding
saying
my
they're gonna
breath.
pull him. I'm not saying they're gonna pull him, but if he does get hurt again, even if it's not a head injury, just any injury in general.
Then you go to the backup.
And Skylar Thompson did look good,
He
but
was
it's
fine.
just this: they cannot have this different
Mm-hmm.
quarterback, different quarterback because of injuries. That leads teams to lose football games
Every time.
So
It's hard to have a
And
backup
it
quarterback
throw
come
off
in and
the
do something.
rhythm and
no,
timing.
exactly.
of
Everybody
and
like,
everything.
oh hey, I'm getting used to this guy. Well, now Tua's back.
Now this
Okay,
guy's
Tua plays for 2 weeks,
now
and
this
now
guy's
all of a sudden it's Bridgewater, and then it's Thompson because he got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I am happy to hear Tron Armstead and Austin Jackson.
Yeah,
getting
no, that's
playing.
huge
Getting
dubs.
both of our
Huge
starting
dubs.
tackles back
Huge
is huge. So I like to be able to protect him. And McDaniel said yesterday in his media availability, he said something he worked on with Tua was that if the play's dead, the play's dead.
Go.
Quit
Get-
holding the
yeah.
ball, throw
Don't
it
try to
away.
make the play.
Don't
It's gone.
go crazy
Yeah.
like you're a competitor. Sometimes you have to admit the defense outplayed you. They
Yeah,
won this
you don't
rep.
win every play.
No, the
They're
defense is going to
NFL
win a
players.
rep.
Yeah.
And Tua's problem is he's like, no, I'm not conceding any reps. It's like, okay, well, now you have to start conceding
Yeah,
some reps.
100%.
Please don't get hit. I tell you what, he gets hit, I'm going to start shitting my
Yeah,
pants.
no, seriously.
Well, that hit he got hurt on, it's like, dude, you could have ran for like 3 or 4
Right,
yards.
he was
really
looking for
thrown the
something
ball
else.
away, and then he like stepped back from the line back into the pressure. It's like, oh no.
It's like, no, get rid of it. I think now he'll hopefully start getting rid of the ball when something is broken down, but who knows. Last game, we've got Monday Night Football. Chicago is traveling to New England. New England is 7.5-point favorites. I'll say we have Bobby and Sage both on New England minus 7.5.
Oh, damn. This gets interesting because, everybody that's listening, huge Bears fan.
You want to start us? Is that where you're going with? You want to
Yeah,
start?
why not?
Okay.
The 7.5, that's nice, but geez, I think Bill is going to dominate. Give me the Patriots minus 7.5. I'll make it quick. That's why I'm going first because Bill just owns young quarterbacks.
He does,
he
man.
owns them, and he showed the Lions game to me is the perfect, and honestly the Browns too. Like they just dominated the number 1 offense, and then Nick Chubb, who's had 100+ yards in every single game and a touchdown, has 50 rushing yards on like 18 attempts or something. Like he clearly can just stop whoever he wants. And who is that for the Bears? I mean, he focuses on Fields. Yeah, I guess.
Probably.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's like, I just think this could get ugly. If the Bears offense plays like it did on prime time on Thursday, it's going to be ugly again. It pains me to pick against them, but at this point, I'm leaning towards as sad as it is. I'm thinking about draft picks already. You know what I'm saying? And health. And I want Fields to progress a little bit, show something.
Right, show something.
But the Patriots, like you said, they're rolling, and like that division's good. They need these games. 7.5
They need them.
is a lot, but the Bears have struggled against New England since the Super Bowl. They're 1-10, I want to say, against New England, and that's not good. And I think it might turn to 1-11. Give me New England minus 7.5 against the Bears.
Yeah, I'm also going with New England minus 7.5 in this one. They have just looked good. They
Mhm.
are figuring it out. Maybe I think Billy. Now the real question is when Mac Jones comes back, who starts?
We were talking about it with Cooper and Dak, and now it's Bailey and Matt.
And the issue and the difference between those two situations is that Dak has proven that he can be a top quarterback in the league. Mac Jones hasn't proved shit.
Yeah.
And Bailey Zappi's like, hey, I'm looking pretty damn good. I'm winning games that Mac Jones is losing. So
Yeah, you cannot sit a quarterback. I don't care who it is.
I don't care. You play the hot hand.
You play the guy that is
Yep.
winning multiple football games in a row. If it was 1 week, sure. 2 weeks, sure. We're talking about potentially 4 weeks. Mac Jones is going to miss soon, and Bailey Zappi is going to go undefeated.
Yeah.
You don't sit this guy.
Nope.
You cannot sit this guy.
You really can't. And I honestly, if we were to go up against the Patriots, I would much rather see Mac Jones than Bailey Zappi right now. So in that sense, and plus the Bears look just a little bit rough, obviously, on Thursday night against Washington. Give me the Patriots -7.5. Colin, are we clean sweeping this?
No.
No. What?
I'll be the sucker on the show.
Okay. Wow.
I will take the Bears in a sloppy, low-scoring game to keep within one score.
Sloppy, low-scoring game.
Although I guess 8 would be one score.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't cover that.
Fields has been running the ball well. He's running for his life.
Running scared.
Yards.
Bears had a couple of good corners. They were questioning why they took 2 defensive backs in the first 2 rounds of the draft when he need offense, and they're both balling.
Yeah, they're both.
Yeah, I mean, Gordon had a bad couple first weeks, but he's a rookie in the league. What do you immediately? Brisker, though, he looks damn good. He had some bad plays against the G-men on those rollouts. They corrected it at half, and, I mean, that's been his one problem. He made 2 bad plays on those 2 rollouts by Danny Dimes. Other than that, he looks great.
Yeah. I trust the Bears defense. I trust their run defense more than anything, and that's what the Patriots do well.
I think Zappi had like 300-something pass yards this last game, right?
He probably did. I mean, he had at least 3 guys wide open.
Yeah, he did. They were running 3 all day. It was a beat down.
The Bears' offense is the only part of this game that scares me, and their special teams.
Yeah, true. Felix Jones is fielding punts. Give me the Patriots.
Because guess what? The Patriots, we want that left-footed punter. We want the over-end kick that's tough to catch.
Yeah.
Is Felix Jones going to hold on to these, or is he going to face mask them after tripping into the ball?
What is his – dude, he loses the ball and drops to his knees. Like, God, that is not the play.
On that specific play, he was at like the 10-yard line. It's like, dude, just get out of the way.
And my thing is, dude, he's letting balls drop that are like landing at like the 18, and then they roll to like the 9. It's like, dude, you are the punt return. Go fair catch that. They're not going to hit you, man. I promise. I know it's scary.
And if they do, it's 15 yards.
Yeah,
and maybe a week off for you.
No, seriously. But, I mean, he looks good as a player, Felix Jones, but as a special teamer,
no good.
Way below average.
I will say a Patriots win would move Bill Belichick into sole possession of second place for most wins as an NFL head coach.
Passing who? George Halas. And I think that they're going to dominate.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a statement game. Although I still think the Patriots.
I think the Patriots win 13-7.
13-7.
Nice primetime shitter.
God,
and that's
you know what? That's good. It's
prime
prime time.
time.
Take the under. I don't care what the under is. Take it.
It's hitting 39, I think.
Take it.
It's scary.
Nope. Nope. 21-17 hits.
I'll take the Bears and keep it close. Maybe a last-second field goal to cover. We're down 10. Let's get 3 and get the onside kick. We're down 9 against the Chiefs at home when Colin has -7. Let's keep the 3.
Let's take the 3. Take the point. I love it.
And you the rest of the day. That's why you don't. Guess we get for betting against.
That's what you get for betting against us, dude. We backdoor cover that bitch. So those are our game picks for Week 7. Again, there's some really good games and there's some really shitty games. I'm super excited to go to Hard Rock Stadium for the first time. I'm hoping to bump into Chris Renner at a tailgate.
Oh, please.
He goes to all the Dolphins games. I might have to go.
You should at least shoot him.
I'm definitely gonna get
I'll definitely shoot that man.
See if he's there.
Shout out Chris Renner.
Yeah, hey, shout out Chris.
And Bert.
And Bert, of course. Bert, get me in touch with Chris, please. Let's go ahead and jump. I skipped this. This is a host error. We skipped the power rankings. So let's jump backwards. We'll just kind of briefly touch on these. I will just read Sage's off of the text he sent me, so we have those. Sage. Here we go. Sage has as his top teams. As just missing out, he's got Ravens at 7. Of course he does. Homer. Cowboys at 6. Giants at 5. Vikings with a question mark at 4. I understand that because I actually have – that's weird. Look at what I have in Minnesota. I have a question mark next to Minnesota. And then he's got Chiefs at 3, Bills at 2, Eagles at 1. I think the top 3 teams are going to be consensus.
Yeah,
I don't think you can argue with the top 3 teams.
I agree.
No, you can't.
I'll go ahead and start us on this one.
Yep.
I've got as my teams just missing out, basically in 7th. I've got the Chargers winning an ugly game, but winning games again. They're 4-2. They only lost to the Chiefs by 3, and I've got the Chiefs ranked pretty highly. And then Dallas, I just barely dropped them out of the top. Although I have them and the Giants probably as interchangeable. The reason I have the Giants at 4. I have Minnesota at 5. You can't ignore 5 and 1.
No.
Did they almost lose to the Dolphins? Back up the entire team? Yes, they did. But they're 5 and 1. At the end of the day, that's all. Wins is I've said it on the show. I'll say it again. Wins are the only stat that matters in the NFL.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't care how ugly it was.
Yeah.
You won the game. We beat the Bills, and they had twice the amount of yardage. We had twice the amount of yardage as the Vikings did. They won. Yeah. Football's weird like that. It's all about who wins. So I got the Vikings at 5. I've got the Giants at 4 right now. because their next 4 games are Jacksonville, Seattle, Houston, and Detroit. They could be 9-1. In 4 weeks, we could be talking about the New York Giants as being a 9-1 football team. They have 4 very winnable
If
games.
they're 9-1, we're gonna get Ray Rush on the pod.
Yeah.
Get him to go.
That'll be our intro.
That'll be our intro. It's just Ray going G-Man, and then we tell him
What were the
get out of
next
here.
4 games for us, Jason?
Jacksonville, Seattle, Houston, and Detroit.
All winnable games.
Those are all super winnable games. We all just took the Giants, I think.
No, I didn't.
Colin didn't. Colin took the Giants, but 4 of us just took the Giants.
Well, you
My
got
hater.
with that.
Uh-huh. I've got Kansas City at 3, flopping around with the Bills.
Yep.
Kansas City lost. Although as a Kansas City fan, I know a lot of Kansas City fans don't feel bad about that.
No.
They didn't have any of their starting corners,
can't
and
feel
they only
bad
lost by
about
4
that.
points to the Bills.
Yeah.
Now the Bills didn't have any of their starting corners.
And also, Bill's corner or safety, he made a play
Mhm.
on Mahomes. So we'll see. Like that's not gonna
Like
happen.
that
Yeah.
first interception that was stolen from the
Yeah.
receiver's hands in the end zone. That could have very easily been a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I got Kansas City at 3. I'm keeping the Eagles at 2. They looked good this past week, like they tend to do, and they played a good team finally in
Mhm.
Dallas, but it was at home and it was against Dallas' backup quarterback.
Yep.
The last 2 times the Eagles have beaten the Cowboys, the quarterbacks they faced was Cooper Rush and Ben DiNucci, who is an absolute cult hero.
Throw it
Ben
on
DiNucci,
it.
Ben
Mozzarella.
DiNucci. And then my number 1 team, unfortunately, is Buffalo Bills. I think they could end up going 16-1. I'm so glad we already beat them,
Yeah,
so I don't have to
seriously,
worry about
yeah.
them ruining the Dolphins' 50th year anniversary of being the
I said it,
only
man. If
perfect
they
team.
got through the Chiefs, they got through the Ravens. The Dolphins game was huge.
That was the only one.
Dude, who knows?
They
who
went
beats them.
now they have to be favorites in every game the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Like there's not a
Mhm.
game I think where the Bills won't be favored.
Yeah.
And
Unless
that's for good
Howard gets
reason.
hurt,
Yeah, unless Josh
No,
Allen gets hurt. Right.
That's it.
Right.
which we're not hoping for.
No, we do not root for injuries here. So that's what I've got: Buffalo, Philly, Kansas City, Giants, Minnesota, and then Dallas and Chargers.
Nice.
Colin, who do you got?
Yeah, so the just missing out category, Ravens gone.
Yeah.
Packers gone.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
get
talking
outta
about
here.
the Bucks gone. In my
Bucks
opinion.
gone.
God, yeah.
So in no order, I have 3 honorable mentions. I have Dallas.
Yep.
4-2.
Mhm.
They just lost, so they bumped down as well out of my top 5. I have the New York Jets in my honorable mentions.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's
They're
fair.
rolling.
They're
And then I
fine.
have the Chargers as well. So
Okay.
3, 4, and 2 teams.
Yeah.
Just missing out. At 5, I have the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Self-explanatory. 5-1. They're balling.
Yep.
4, I have another 5-1 team. I have the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're balling, man.
Yeah,
They're balling.
they're winning games.
At 3, I have another 4-2 team. Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
Did you read my power rankings before you did your own?
No, I mean, these 3 have been the same all
Yeah.
year
Right.
for me.
Yeah.
And so Eagles 2, Bills 1 as well.
So yeah, same top 5.
I think Vikings were in my 5 last week, and Cowboys were 4. They dropped. The Giants went in. That's how it kind of
Yeah.
went for me.
Yeah, not a whole lot of change. So you've got Buffalo, Philly, KC, Vikings, Giants.
Yes.
Okay. Addison, where you at?
With my just missed, I also have the Jets.
Yeah.
They're my lowest just missed. So
Yeah. Like 8.
yeah, they are 4-2. They're playing well, but we'll see if they can sustain. Zach Wilson's gonna end up. He has to have a game where he throws for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, or what happens when you face that? You can't throw for 100 yards.
Right.
Anyway, two for a team. The Chargers and the Bengals, same spot. I think Chargers, yeah, they are 4-2, but I don't know. They keep games too close. Like I said, they don't know how to win big football games. Bengals, I believe in more than some others on this pod. I think they're getting hot at the right time. Like right now, the division's up for grabs, and they're right there. My last just missed on my 6th are the Cowboys. We pretty much all dropped them out. I mean, lost against Dallas. They kept it close with Cooper Rush, like you said. Ben DiNucci was the other quarterback last time. You're bringing back Dak, one of the Colin. He is a top 10 quarterback. If you're not saying Dak's top 10 when everybody's healthy, you're just not watching football.
Yeah, because Russ might be.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
Yeah, Russ is out.
100%. 5. Same with Nate. I got Minnesota Vikings. 5-1. Kirk Cousins is the reason I don't have them higher.
Yeah,
I
he
just
didn't look good last week.
he can't play when it's not 12. Like his routine is built for noon, not prime time, not 3 o'clock. Like he is a noon guy. And big games, playoff games aren't played at noon, and so I can't lie until he proves everybody, because this is just his known thing. I can't have Minnesota higher than I.
And think about this: last week against the Dolphins, yeah, Xavier Howard played, but then we were missing cornerback 2, 3, 4, and 5. We had Eric Rowe playing corner. He hasn't played corner since he was on the Patriots. Yeah. And Kirk Cousins only threw for 175 yards against us.
Yeah. No,
Sorry.
exactly. No. I love that. I love those.
I think 100 of that was to, or at least 90.
107 of it was to Jefferson, so he only threw for 68 yards to people other than
Jefferson is insane.
He's a stud.
He's amazing. Best receiver in the league. 4, I had the G-Men. I also look at them. They're 5-1. I mean, it's the same as the Minnesota Vikings, but I think they have a more sound idea of what each game could be with how they want to attack it, their game plan. Saquon Barkley is legit.
He's
back.
very good back.
He is fullback.
So
I mean, this guy is insane. Like, he's the best running back right now in the league. We said it last week. We're still saying it now. Danny Dimes is getting more and more confident. When you win football games, you're not feeling the other way. Like, oh, man, I suck. It's like, damn, I'm the quarterback of a 5-1 football team. I don't care what my numbers are.
Yeah, winning.
3, Kansas City. I've had them there. They just don't move after a tough loss to Buffalo. You can't drop them. I mean, it's 24-20 in Kansas City. That's going to be your AFC Championship game, most likely. Again.
As long as seedings.
Yeah,
they got
exactly.
robbed last year. Right?
Yeah, we did.
They did play each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Titans
right.
should not have been the 1 seed.
And they're not going to do that this year.
No, they are not.
I listened to both of you guys, and you both have Philly too, and I wanted to switch them, but I'm not switching them. I'm going to have Buffalo at 2. That way we're just not all the same one, but it was a good game against Kansas City. Like you said, Colin, what are you going to do? You don't try to win 48-20. If you can win 24-20, you win 24-20. You don't got to score 40 points every single week. They need to get healthy in the secondary. I still think they're pretty damn good on defense. I mean, they're one of the best defenses in the league. Von Miller is still
they lead the NFL in turnovers.
When you got Stephon Diggs saying, go finish it to Von Miller, you know what I'm saying? That's scary, man.
They were talking, Romo Nance, like, he plays like 30 snaps a game.
Yeah.
So he's playing like
half the
not what he
a little less than half.
Yeah, he's
35-40%. He's getting there. I mean, not 35.
And then Philly won 6-0.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave them there until they lose. The strength of schedule, yeah, sure, but you got to play who's in front of you. Jalen Hurts. I mean, Josh Allen, in my mind, is MVP, and right behind him is Jalen Hurts. I mean, he's playing quarterback for the 6-0 team and only one in the league, and he is their offense. Imagine if they didn't have Jalen Hurts, how different that team looks. And obviously, you can say that for every good team, but he is their offense. I mean, he doesn't really throw the ball deep. They don't score many passing touchdowns. Well, then you need a guy like Jalen Hurts to run this perfectly, and he does. Can't take him away from one. It's exciting to see that division. I mean, you got 6, 1, 4-2. That's gonna be a fight the rest of the year. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
The NFC East is looking a lot like how we thought the AFC West was gonna look.
Yeah.
Beating the shit out of each other, just good teams.
I mean, same with the AFC East. Both East
are looking good.
The East are where it's at.
Only one under 500 team out of those 8.
And
which is no surprise.
No shock there, but they are 2-4.
By the way, just quick side tangent away from everything really on the field, off the field. Irsay making those comments about Dan Snyder, and
you ain't got shit on me.
Let's see what Dan Snyder does. You know, on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max earlier this morning, J. Will was saying if it's a chess match, what is Dan Snyder's next move? And what is your next move, Dan? You about to drop bombs on the entire league every round? Where are they at?
That's the only thing he's got.
I was gonna say, where are they at?
He's just got dirt on him, and he's gonna drop him.
Yeah, he's definitely gone. He's definitely gone.
And you gotta wonder what is the dirt he has on him?
I know. Yeah. Exactly. It's gotta be so bad that
it has to be some sort of like workplace something, some sort of homophobic or racist.
No,
sexual harassment.
Sexual
A bunch of old white men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate to into the stereotype, but old white men are kind of gross.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you got Irsay.
I mean, you saw that TikTok I seen yesterday of those pottery.
Robert Kraft.
Oh God,
his running back on slow down. I love that because he was singing too fast. But like Robert Kraft, I mean, he's had problems
no rhythm
in the media, and so is Jim Irsay. And it's like you got Irsay with multiple DUIs and stuff. He's the guy that comes out and makes a statement. But it's true though, because Irsay did all that stuff and he paid the consequences. He did everything that the league and Dan Snyder's not. Sorry to jump off that, but I saw that and I just was like, damn, that's
gonna be interesting to see where that goes.
100% it is.
And if you're an owner that you don't have any dirt on you, it's like, okay, well, unless you vote against it.
You're getting 24. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
unless you have actual proof, which I'm not saying is you're innocent or not based off proof, but that's how justice is.
How it is.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm not saying Deshaun Watson's innocent because there's no really proof of it.
Yeah.
But that's
how
the
league has to operate. Yeah, the league has to operate.
That's how I feel like you have to operate like that. Like, there's nothing proving that I did what you said I did.
Yeah.
How can you?
But it's like, well, Dan, there's proof what you did, but bro, like
man,
you pimped out your cheerleaders. Like that is crazy. Jim Irsay, he gets drunk and drives drunk. That's not good. But man, you're selling your cheerleaders for sex. Like,
that's bad.
Crazy.
That is bad.
That's crazy. Yeah. We'll
It's
move
gonna be
on.
interesting to
Yeah,
see what happens in the league
100%.
with that.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting, man.
Allegedly.
Owners all-
Allegedly,
yeah, exactly.
allegedly.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
don't think we're on the football team's radar.
Right,
We're on
right.
Dan
They're
Snyder's
not
legal
Oh,
team's
that's what I
radar.
gotta call.
He's got shit on.
Whoa.
That guy's gonna have shit on me.
Yeah.
Bring it on, Dan.
We're getting the 2 agents to our front door.
Yeah.
Cease and desist orders.
Shout out Lance.
Next up, let's go ahead and jump into college football power rankings. We are going to have some changes here. I'm excited to go through this one. I'll go ahead and start us again. I've got Ohio State still at 1, and I've got Georgia still at 2. I had both those teams in those places last week. Georgia 1, Ohio State didn't play, so I won't drop them.
Yep.
My number 3 is Tennessee. I'm switching them basically with Alabama after beating Alabama. I think Tennessee deserves to be the 3rd team. They scored 52 points against Alabama's defense, which is riddled with 4- and 5-star talented players. You can't, that is impressive.
100%.
I've had Clemson at 4 for several weeks, and I'm going to keep them there, although it is like 4A and 4B between them and Michigan.
Yeah.
Having Michigan at 5, like you could exchange any of these of 3, 4, and 5 for me, and I could argue for that.
Yeah.
Michigan just beat up on number 10 Penn State by just pounding the holy shit out of the football.
Like 300 rushing
Yeah,
yards.
that is a formula to win
Yeah.
football games in college. Just run it down their damn throat. Penn State was 10th in the nation. That's a huge win.
Yeah, they were averaging 80 yards allowed rushing, and Michigan rushes for 300
Michigan
plus yards.
almost quadrupled the amount of
It
yards.
was Edwards, and then it was Corum, and then it was
Edwards,
whoever they
Corum.
wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was impressive from Michigan, but I'm keeping them at 5, but like with one hand on the 4 spot.
100%.
And then my 2 teams that are on the outside that have dropped are Bama, and I've got USC here, but I don't think USC's staying. I think they're probably in teams on ranking. I can't believe they lost to Utah. That hurt. They have such a good team. They cannot lose that game, but I've got Bama just on the outside looking in.
I didn't get to watch the end of that game because I was out driving around, but they're up 7. Utah marches. Apparently, there were some referee questionable calls, but I didn't get to see that, so I'm not going to make my judgment. And then, Utah gets the touchdown, down 1. We're going to go for 2 in the win.
Go for 2 in the win,
and
they do it. Ballsy.
And USC doesn't call any defensive timeouts on that drive to give you some time. So it's like 18 seconds left. You're down 1. Good luck.
Yeah.
But,
that was tough for USC. I will say shout out to University of Illinois.
Yeah.
5 or 6-1. I think 6-1 maybe, or 5-1.
That Indiana loss really sucks.
Oh man, they were so close to being undefeated.
3
3-point loss to Indiana, but Illinois, their last tough game is against Michigan.
Yeah.
Other than that, they have a bunch of easier games. They might go 9-2, 10-2.
That's gonna be a
they might
good
play
bowl.
Michigan twice this year.
They might play Michigan twice. Big Ten championship game, and
Who says no?
Yeah, really interesting.
So that's what I've got right now as my top teams. I think there's 5 teams that could all argue.
Yeah, I was gonna say the committee is hoping for a loss. I mean, they're
begging.
ecstatic that Ohio State and Michigan play each other every year because one of those teams is taking them out, and they're grinning because if everybody was to
Instantly
win
taking them out
out,
of the
yeah,
playoff.
exactly. If one of them was to win, if they're all to win out,
Yep.
this is good luck picking.
Yeah, have fun. Glad it's not me.
Holy cow! I mean, I feel gross having this as my top 5. Like, it doesn't feel right. I'll get to it, but Bama is the first one out. I mean, Bama does have the 1 loss, but they're going to be right there for the SEC championship. I mean, they're going to get the opportunity to play. They're not going to lose again. That was a tough game against Tennessee, who is really damn good. They scored 30-plus points a game. And they answered the call. Their quarterback Hooker is legit. And how about that receiver?
5 touchdowns.
Oh my, what a game!
6 catches.
Yeah,
6 catches, 5
catches,
touchdowns.
207 yards or something, 5 touchdowns. I mean, that's NCAA 14 dynasty numbers. You know what I mean? That's a joke. But my 5, I have Tennessee, and it sickens me to that they beat Bama and they don't jump in my top 4. 4, I do have Michigan.
Yeah.
I put them in my top 4. I said the farther the year goes, the higher they're going to get on my list. Their offense looks legit, and their defense is insane. Best defense in the Big Ten, no question. They've got playmakers on that D-line and on corner. Like, they just get to the quarterback, and they don't allow passing yards. Like you said, when you can rush for 300, and then when your quarterback has to make a play, it's a 5-star J.J. McCarthy who actually can sling the rock down the field. Thank you very much. 3, I got Ohio State. They didn't play, but they jumped up 2 on my board. USC and Bama both losing hurts. It helps them. Ohio State, though, their quarterback Stroud is going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. Their offense is very damn good. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come down to who's in it between Ohio State and Michigan. One of those teams will get knocked out eventually because they play each other. 2, I've still got Clemson, and 1, I've got Georgia. Those guys just keep winning. They're guaranteed playoffs. I think Tennessee will most likely, if they win out, they're guaranteed playoffs too. one of those teams, Ohio State or Michigan, is gone eventually for all of us. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? The
yeah.
one loss that they get, that will
Which
kill their
stinks, because I
opportunity.
just don't believe that that's how it should be.
I know but that's why we're getting this bigger playoff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't got to be 4. Like you can be 7 with one loss and you're getting in. But that's my top 5.
I like that. Yeah. There is. I read somewhere there's a very strong there's a path for there being 4 SEC teams in the playoff.
Sickening, but it's true.
Bama beats Georgia in the championship game. Tennessee wins out, and Ole Miss wins out. All 4 of those teams probably get in. That would be brutal.
They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta put the Big Ten champion in,
Especially if it's one loss or less.
unless Michigan loses to Illinois,
No,
which is
say
very
it's
possible.
Illinois, yeah.
And then Michigan beats Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. Who do you put in?
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I'm glad I'm not on that committee.
Yeah.
Colin, let's hear your top teams in college football right now.
So this might surprise some people. I'm all for it. So the 2 teams that are just missing out, so 5 and 6, are Bama and Clemson. I don't care about the order there.
Yeah.
Because you have undefeated Clemson, but then you have Bama with 1 loss.
To a good
Yeah.
team.
I'd probably still pick Bama over Clemson,
definitely.
but they're right there. I don't want to argue about those 2. Number 4, I have Michigan. I think I've had Michigan at 4 all year.
Yeah.
Top 10 team. Now they haven't played anybody. Now they just beat the shit out of the 10th ranked
Just
team.
beat Penn State.
It wasn't in Michigan at the big house, so take that with a grain of salt. But 300 yards on the
Still,
ground, that is
impressive.
just taking your manhood.
I don't care what field you do it
that's
on.
bad.
At 3, I have Ohio State.
Mhm.
I had Alabama at 3 last week. They moved out.
Yep.
So obviously Tennessee is up
there.
in.
Uh-huh.
Ohio State at 2. They probably had the best offense in the college football.
Yeah, honestly,
Tennessee's up there though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those 2. That'd be a fucking
Pretty sure
shootout.
Hooker.
He is very old.
But still, hey, got that COVID year of eligibility.
Very
yeah.
old.
Getting the most of it too.
At 2, I have Georgia.
Oh baby.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm going
Wow.
to make this argument is Georgia's best win is week 1 against the 11th ranked Oregon at a neutral site in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's not a
Georgia, neutral
Yeah.
site, Atlanta, Georgia.
That's
Yeah.
a home game.
And they did beat the shit out of them, and they beat the shit out of a lot of teams. Their only close game really this year was Mizzou,
Yeah,
and they
which is
snuck out a win
ugly.
against a power
Yeah.
team Mizzou team.
Yeah.
And here's why I had Tennessee number 1.
Mhm.
Tennessee has 4 ranked wins this year, including number 3 Alabama. They won at number 17 Pitt, won at home against number 20 Florida, won at number 25 LSU, and they beat number 3 Bama this week. They have the best resume.
Definitely best resume.
Not that.
Georgia has 1 ranked win basically at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
at
guess
home.
not
Tennessee has
challenging.
4 ranked.
Not challenging because I love Tennessee at 1. I mean, I have them at 5, which is it is a joke. They will be in the top 4, rightfully so.
Yeah.
I just look at a couple of those ranked wins, LSU,
Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah.
They were ranked at the time, and you got to win that game.
Right,
You know
you
what I
gotta
mean?
win that game.
You're the reason they're not ranked. You know
Right.
what I mean? Tennessee is the reason they're not ranked. So
And
you
Hendon Hooker
also
is
got to take
24.
that.
24.
He's old, man. He's old.
Old for a college team.
I'll say Pitt, I think, was overtime.
Oh yeah,
as
that
well.
was a damn good game too.
That was sketch.
Mhm.
Florida, I think they won by 5. I want to say
Yeah.
38.
I think,
I was
yeah.
looking
And
earlier.
I know they won 1 game in overtime.
Yeah, that was Pitt.
Pitt.
And at LSU, they just beat the dog.
They beat
shit
the
out of them.
shit
Brian
out of
Kelly, he's gone soon.
Yeah, you
I
got
mean, he will be.
They're
But
falling
and
for
then
it.
Bama, they barely won. So I mean, I could see arguments everywhere. Call me prisoner of the moment.
Hey, I love it though, man. They just beat Bama.
They're rolling.
It was 16 straight games where Bama beat them, and they come out and say, "Fuck this, we're ending that." You know what I
Tennessee
mean?
does play at Georgia later this year, so that'll.
That's a
That'll be
damn good game.
huge.
So basically, I mean, it's like the whole top 5 plays each other, at
Yeah.
least some
Yeah,
some
in
way.
some way.
Yeah.
Michigan plays Ohio State, Georgia plays Tennessee, and one of those 2 teams will play Bama.
Yeah.
Maybe Tennessee again or
Mhm.
Georgia for the first time.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I like it. There's some really good. This playoff might be a little different than all the other ones. And that makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
If Clemson and Tennessee both get in, I'd love that.
Oh yeah.
And what if Tennessee's the only SEC team that somehow gets in?
they have to beat Georgia, and they
Yeah.
have to beat Bama again.
Yeah.
Because 1 loss Bama versus undefeated Tennessee.
And Tennessee beat Bama.
Right, but if Bama beats them in the SEC, who do you pick?
Oh,
Or
they're
both?
probably both.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably go both.
You gotta pick both.
Yeah.
So Tennessee loses, and they're
Oh my God, there's gonna be 3 teams from the SEC.
I
in the
saw this
playoff.
thing last night. It's like Tennessee should intentionally lose to Georgia because they're automatically going to be in if they lose to Georgia and win out. Because then they wouldn't
Yeah.
play the SEC
And then
championship
it'll be a 1-loss team.
It'll be a
Number
1-loss.
1 team, Georgia. Yeah.
at Georgia,
And you win out.
and then they beat at Bama, who might be like an argument. It would be if they lose to Georgia.
Mhm.
If Georgia beats Bama, your 1 loss is to Georgia.
To Georgia.
But if
You're
Bama
definitely in.
beats Georgia, then your 1 loss or
Then you're one loss.
Then you're a one-loss team
Georgia.
and you beat the SEC champion.
Yeah, true.
Like, Tennessee has a real good chance to
But
get in.
you play to win.
You don't throw a game against.
Oh, we're gonna
Georgia.
lose and hope the committee puts us in.
Yeah.
They play at Georgia. It's gonna be
I will say,
I think it's
love
like 2 or 3 weeks away.
that it's like the nation was Tennessee fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you could feel it
everybody was
everywhere. I mean,
from
I know it's
Tennessee.
TikTok, but it's like all I'm seeing are Tennessee videos, and it's like I've never liked anything about Tennessee ever,
Mhm.
and it's just so cool though. I mean,
I think
it's
it accepted Tennessee, didn't end up going to Tennessee.
Rocky Top.
Oh, missed out.
Yeah, Rocky Top.
Rocky
I could have
Top,
been singing with Pat.
Yeah, you
McAfee
could have been
there.
singing with
Oh,
Pat.
Rocky Top. That was hype. And also, if you're the athletic director, I'll pay $250K.
Yeah, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're
Shit,
storming the field.
yeah.
We're ripping the goalpost out.
Get that bitches out the stadium. Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, that's awesome.
Rocky Top.
All right, I like it. The college football is in full swing, obviously, and
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
it's going to be a
yeah.
fun rest of the way. There's some really good games. Georgia,
Yes,
Tennessee is going to be awesome. Michigan, Ohio State are going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Moving on to MLB for our weekly walk-off. We are on to the championship series after we all struggled in the division series.
Yeah,
I
we
think
did.
me, Addison, and Sage all went 2-2 with the Yankees in Houston. Colin went 1-3, having the Guardians over the Yankees. They did push them to 5, which is good.
2 chances
That
to
rain
close
delay,
it out,
baby.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
yeah.
rain delay to get Nasty Nectar on the mound.
Nasty.
I will say this.
Let's get him not a team hotel. Let's make him scramble.
Yeah,
around.
that's
True.
messed up.
That sucks.
Everybody was denying it, but shout out Garrett Cole. Guy is an absolute gamer.
Yeah,
I was gonna
fun.
through 110 and said I'm ready to go.
I'm
He
going.
warmed up last night. I
I
understand
think
that's a
Garrett
day.
Big-
He is
big tough guy.
Mhm. No, he is.
You see his little hype speech whenever they clenched and he was in the locker room. He's like, "Hey guys, this
Yeah,
is
no,
what
it
we're doing."
was so bad.
It's like,
It
well,
was so
okay,
bad.
here we go.
Okay, Garrett.
Yeah, it was so
Shut up.
bad.
Yeah, it was cute.
Uh,
I didn't like the other rocking the baby when you're losing. Still.
No, big
Yeah.
mistake. Well, and then they just clowned on him.
Right.
The Yankees fans last night just absolutely clowned on him. Every time he got out, they're
Yeah.
doing the rock the baby.
Which
He's
they-
running towards the hey, you set him up for it.
I
Why
will
don't you
say
give him
Naylor
nothing
came
for
out
it?
and said like I love that. He did say like I love to see it. Like I dished it out and then dished
He
it
did the
back.
same thing in Chicago against the White Sox earlier this year when he had like 3 homers in a game.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't know what he did.
Yeah,
He
he got
got
all
on the
excited.
camera.
Yeah.
So we've got nationally, we've got San Diego and Philadelphia. I wrote Pittsburgh. That's hilarious. Pittsburgh in the championship series. That's adorable. Now we do have the power of knowing who won last night.
And the
Was
game right
obviously
now is
Philly.
going on.
Is it?
And I mean, do I say it? Or-
I mean, I'm taking Philly. Before you say anything, I'm taking Philly in the series. I'm taking Philly in 5.
That's 7. So they get the next 3 at home, right? It's
Yeah.
2-3-2.
Because these games are in San Diego, aren't they?
yes, they are.
Yeah, I'm taking Philly in 5. I think San Diego 5. I think San Diego pulls out one of the first 2 in Philly. I think
That's
sweeps and then they lose one of the games in Philly. I think today in San Diego, and then they go back to Philly, lose game 4, and then Philly wins it in 5. Who you got?
I don't know what's happening today. I
Me
want to
neither.
know, but don't show me. I'm gonna take Phillies as well. They're just the hotter team,
Mhm.
but I'll take them in 6.
Okay.
I think it gets back to San Diego and they lose in San Diego.
Okay.
San Diego does.
Philly in 6. Addison, who you got?
Well, I'm gonna take Phillies in 4 if that tells you what's happened in this game. They're up 3-0 in the second already with guys on first.
Oh, it's
and
over. That
Oh
series
my
is
God.
dead.
third. Philly, like you said, they're hot. I mean,
They're
their
on
offense
fire.
is
They're on
insane.
fire.
Bryce Harper, dude's got no UCL and he's hitting nukes.
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber, absolute boom.
488.
I think it was a Bomsky. I mean, 488.
120 off the bat.
Dude, it was a curveball too. That's what kills
Yeah.
me. It was like a
He
75
turned
mile per
around.
hour curveball that he hits 120. What if that was a 100 mile per hour heater?
Oh,
Oh, my.
That was
literally.
the flattest slider.
Yeah, that
Oh,
thing.
yeah, hon,
That was
he
a
said,
spinner.
"Give me these.
That
I'm
was a
waiting
good
for
old
that.
spinner.
I'm waiting for that." I mean, those guys up there in that second deck, Dad, are we gonna get a ball? Oh, son, we might get
Maybe,
a ball. We
son.
might get a
No,
ball.
we're not getting.
You know, they're
San
thinking,
Diego is supposed to be like one of the hardest lefties.
dude, they're
Yeah.
saying, dude, he's the
Wait,
dad's
all
just
right,
saying that to their kid to get a
Like,
vote.
maybe.
You know what I mean? And then a ball comes, he's like, "Oh my God,
Holy
there's
shit,
Get
no
the hell
way."
out of the way.
Yeah,
120
Oh,
miles.
Yeah, that
right.
ball's coming in on fire.
But Philly, man, they look legit. I mean, obviously, it was easy for me. I mean, it's 4-0 now. If you got a second.
Wow.
Easy for me to say it when I saw the score, but Philly's hot, and they might mess around and make some noise in the series if they get there. I mean,
Yeah, I'm probably taking them.
they look legit. Yeah, they look damn good. I will just jump to the AL because we don't know jack about that yet.
Yeah, who you got?
I'm gonna go Yankees. When we talked about MLB for the first time on the pod, I did say Yankees were my pick. I did say Dodgers were the team they're going to play, like most of us. Houston's damn good,
They're
but
very good.
they are the Yankees' older brother, and I'm thinking younger brother, which is crazy. Somehow, finally beats them. I think New York's going to make the World Series. Give me them in 6.
Yankees and 6.
Mhm.
Okay, I like that. And we'll just go in the reverse order here. I'm also on the Yankees.
Yeah.
Give me the Yankees in 7. I think I had Houston actually losing to the Cardinals in the World Series, which makes me sad. But I think the Yankees are going to pull it out. Especially if Aaron Judge is now hitting the ball because he wasn't earlier in the series, and now he's starting to figure it out again. I'll take the Yankees in 7 in a really good series, a way better series than the National League series that we're having right now.
Also, Stanton,
Yeah,
elite in the postseason.
Yeah.
Elite. I mean, guys hit like 12 home runs in the postseason or something like that. He's legit.
yeah. I'll take the Yankees there. So far me and Addison both Phillies and Yankees. Colin, who is your AL pick?
So I will say Stanton's 2 home runs in Yankee Stadium would not have been gone in Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
Both to right field, shocker.
Yeah.
Yankees as a team hitting 183 in the postseason.
Mhm.
Yikes. And you can't pitch Garrett Cole every game.
No, you can't.
No.
And you got to save Nasty Nectar for home.
Right.
Mhm.
I want to take Houston in 5,
Oh,
but
Do
I'll take them in 6.
take Houston in 6.
I'll take Houston getting back to Houston.
Yeah. See, that was.
'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think they sweep both games in the start of the series, and I don't think they sweep 3 in New York.
Is
Mhm.
Houston home field?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
I
gonna be
think
a
Garrett
really
Cole
good
is
series.
gone until at least game 2, maybe game 3 even. Because they play today, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
The dude was
yeah.
warming up. Like he's
Last
gonna
night.
pitch game 2. He's
He'll
pitching game
definitely pitch game 2. He doesn't pitch tonight.
3 days rest.
Yeah.
After 110.
In playoffs, man, it doesn't matter.
2.
Ask Madison Bumgarner.
He's insane.
You went nuts. Let me see. Is he announced who started
They're
tonight?
pitching Tejon and Yolanda.
Did they say for tomorrow's game? Just out of curiosity here.
Probably is because
No, it's Sevy's pitching game 2.
Oh shit.
So then game 3, Cole has to be.
So then what? You get Cole game 6, game 7.
Yeah, game 3 and then game 6 or 7. With him ready to go for game 5. Got to imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Also, you guys, I'm doing a shit job as a host today. I skipped over the specialty segment in football. We didn't get to your 3 locks or your take or Sage's fantasy sleeper. So we are going to backtrack just a little bit. Sorry, doing it live on YouTube has me all over the freaking place. Colin, who are your 3 locks for this week?
So as promised, we saved the Chiefs 49ers game for this, and it's just Chiefs -3.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really-
I think that's
Chiefs
an absolute
is
lock.
love, baby.
I don't know if San Fran's offense can keep up with the Chiefs' offense. However, I do like San Fran's defense more than the Chiefs' defense. But
Something new I'm
awful
doing.
loss.
Also, sorry, keep going. Keep talking about this one, and I'll tell.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say something new I'm doing this week is every one of Colin's locks I'm throwing $20 on right now as he
I
says this.
love it.
$20 on every single lock
I
of the
love
week.
it.
So go ahead, Colin. Back to what you were saying.
Oh,
Your
Chiefs
lock.
awful
Yeah,
loss.
yeah.
I don't think they lose 2 in a row.
Agreed.
And if they're gonna win, you gotta think it's by 3 or more. So we're at worst we push at 3.
I like that. So Chiefs -3.
Chiefs minus. And this is kind of a shock for the second lock because I've been hesitant to take Dallas money line and picks. I'm taking them with the 7.
Ooh, Dallas -7.
All the blueprint in New England against the Lions. You stop the run attack. You hold Goff. You get pressure on Goff in the pocket.
Yes.
Make him make a quick read.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Dak's
You
coming
guys are gonna
back.
get pressure. That's for damn sure.
Dak's coming back at home. I think he's a little hungry.
Mm-hmm.
They come out firing.
Pretty
And
self-explanatory.
Detroit doesn't play any defense.
Absolutely.
They don't play
I
any
thought about the
defense.
over, but you guys talked me off of it with Dallas's defense.
Yeah, they're gonna shut down the Lions.
Although
Okay.
Sunday I might sprinkle a little
Right,
bit.
maybe just a little something on there.
Sprinkle that bit.
Sure.
That line might come down a little bit. People are probably
Yeah,
gonna
100%. They're gonna be hammered.
And the third lock, I was hesitant about doing a total this week, but I couldn't find a good pick I liked.
Yeah.
A good pick I liked
Yeah.
because I don't want to do a lock where I'm
Not locked.
not a lock and in a game. I'm probably picking one of the 5 on
Sure.
myself because it's
Sure.
like, oh, you guys are gonna root for your pick, where I'm rooting for my pick.
Right.
And it might be a little biased that way too.
Mhm.
And I said I wasn't going to do a total this week, but I didn't like any other spreads that confidently. So I'm going to take a total. I'm going to take an under. I'm going to take a division under. Tampa Bay, Carolina,
I like that.
under the 40.5.
I like that.
Show me where points are coming from.
Mm-hmm. No, seriously. Not too
Tampa
big.
Bay can't score. Tampa Bay's
Carolina.
defense is good enough to
Old Carolina.
be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So under 40.5, I see that being like a 16-9 game.
Okay, I like that.
16-7 Tampa wins.
Yeah,
Under
something
40
ugly.
and a half.
Carolina covers.
So nasty.
All right, I got $20 on all 3 of those bets. I'm hoping to have a lot more in the account after Sunday.
Well, I'm hoping we get back on track.
Yeah. Yep. Time to get the ball rolling.
Tune into the Twitter for more picks.
Yes.
Playbook.
Playbook picks on
Mhm.
Twitter. I share them on Facebook pretty regularly, so just follow. Ooh, sometimes upstairs. Don't like that. We'll share the Twitter accounts. Follow us over there. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that big red subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Anything you agree with, disagree with, anything you feel strongly about. And as soon as we end this live, I will be filming a TikTok for the Playbook TikTok account. I will share it on Facebook. This is something people that know us will definitely be interested in. So you're going to want to watch this one because it has to do with our teams all losing this past week, except for Bobby's team, but the 4 in studio all losing. There will be something about it on our TikTok account. So make sure you follow along for that. Any closing remarks from you, Colin? Anything you like? Oh, Addison, what you got? Your outrageous take.
No sweats. I would say we'll make it quick though.
Okay, you're fine.
Geno Smith,
Mhm.
best quarterback in the NFC West, and I'm saying it. He's
Yeah,
better than
Garoppolo's
Stafford, better than Kyler, and better than Garoppolo. At least right now, and for the rest of the season, I think he's going to play better. For the rest of the season, I think he's going to play better than all 3 of those guys. And I mean, I wish Sage was here because he'd be grinning ear to ear.
He would. He'd probably give you a high five right
I'd
now.
say he's loving it. Listening to this, but I think Geno right now is playing the best football right there, and it's crazy. I mean, you got Stafford just won a Super Bowl, and I'm sitting here saying Geno Smith is better, but he is. He is. I mean, I'm riding with that.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. That's a good one. I'm gonna save that one. I can't wait to go through. I'm gonna make a little booklet of all these and write them all down so we can look at them.
So even more gross. So for the Dynasty League, you get a quarterback, and you get a super flex, which is more likely a second quarterback.
Yeah.
I've been starting Stafford and Wentz because they're my best 2 options. Stafford at the quarterback, Wentz at the super flex in case there's a position player with a better, a skill player with a better.
They can put in over him.
But Deshaun Watson's on the back burner, but he's suspended, so he's going to take over. Wentz is out. Stafford's on bye.
Oh no!
So we have beef brisket.
Oh no!
And Taylor Heineke.
That's my 2 quarterbacks.
No.
So the Dynasty team's taking a loss this week.
And
telling me.
J.K. Dobbins in the practice today.
Oh my God, he's hurt again. Oh, which leads me, thank you, into Sage's sleeper for the week.
Lamar and Mark Andrews both in practice today as well.
What's wrong with Lamar?
Hip and then Andrews' knee.
They're both playing.
They'll
They'll
play.
play.
Carrying the fucking team.
He's the only target.
Yeah, Sage's fantasy sleeper of the week is Kenyon Drake,
Oh baby.
running back. He's only owned in 14% of ESPN
And he's
fantasy
balling.
football leagues. Had a touchdown last week, I think.
Actually, in our group last week.
Yeah. And so he's the guy to target if you've got a fantasy team. He's only owned in 14%. Pretty good. I like that. Sage's sleeper last week didn't do so hot. Rashad White only ended up with 5 points or so in a PPR league. So it's hard to follow up the Shakur pick from the week before,
100%.
but not bad. 5
That was
points
an
out of
elite
somebody who's projected. I don't know, whatever he's projected, you'll take that as points over other players. I don't know who he did better than. I don't have the numbers, but okay. I don't think I'm forgetting anything now. I'm fucking scatterbrained apparently.
I think we're scatterbrained. Shout out Jacob Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez. Addison, any ending remarks? Anything you want to add to the show? Anything you want to say?
I'm glad we were able to get this pod in. Sucks that Sage is not here. Miss you, Sage.
Shout out
we're all
Sage.
ribbing you a little bit.
Shout out
Shout out Sage. Shout out AAA, getting that car tip.
Yep.
But I'm just hoping for another healthy week for everybody, another good week. I'm just excited to be back already for the next one.
Agreed. Colin, anything you want to add?
Yeah, healthy week. Hopefully all of our teams bounce back.
Yes.
Yeah, need it.
Hopefully we bounce back on our locks as well. So
Agreed.
that's all I got to say.
All right, and I don't really have anything to add, so thank you everybody for being a part
Yeah,
of
shout
our
out
first
to YouTube
YouTube
Live. The comments. Here.
Greg
Bobby,
was
Greg,
going crazy
yeah,
in the comments.
that's
Bob's
awesome,
in there.
man. Love
CJ's in there now. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us.
100%.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Shout out you guys. We're gonna start doing. I think we're just gonna start doing all these on YouTube Live,
Yeah.
and I'll just cut them up and put little snippets available for people to watch videos however they like to. But then it's all on there, and we'll still be on our Buzzsprout podcast website. Feel free to go over there, give us a couple downloads, give us some listens. Yep, let's get those downloads, and we're trying to make some money off this, guys. Please, just download the podcast. You have to listen to it. Just download it. I mean, you should listen to it 'cause it's good shit.
Yeah.
But just download it for us.
Come on.
Look us up.
It's at minimum, entertainment.
Right.
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
I mean, if you're driving in a car and you just need something in your ear, we'll talk in your ear for 2
Yeah,
hours.
we will.
We're good for 2 hours. We're at 1
Mhm.
hour 53. We're good for 2 hours of talking.
Yeah, we are.
But yeah, hopefully then we got a good weekend of sports here, and super excited to see where it all goes. So thanks everybody for coming, and stay tuned. Probably in the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going live on TikTok. Not live. I'm not doing live, Greg. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do it. I'm just gonna make the TikTok and post it.
I think you have to like.
You have to
qualify
have
with
1,000
followers.
I
for
do not have
TikTok.
1,000 followers, Greg.
To go
So
live,
we're just gonna go ahead and post the TikTok.
Yep.
So thanks everybody for following along, listening to us, and we will see you next time.
NBA and NHL coming.
Yep, I think NBA next week. I think we start talking about. All right, I'm doing the TikTok. You guys sitting here.
Oh, baby.
Guys will play a little bit.
My God.
What's the basis of the TikTok?
I'm just gonna say that since all 4 of our teams lost, I am going to do. I'm gonna basically quickly explain. Like, I don't eat spicy shit at all. I hate spicy food. It doesn't sit well with me. The hottest thing I've eaten was the mango habanero wings at P-Dubs. Since all 4 of our teams lost, if the TikTok of Colin doing the 1 chip challenge goes above 5,000 views, not likes, just views, then I will eat 6 boneless blazing wings.
Oh, baby.
Now, are we doing which video? Are we doing the first one?
The first one that has the 1,200.
All right, good. We got a head start.
I reserve the right to use ranch dressing, but I will eat.
that's fine.
I will eat 6 boneless blazing
I'll
wings
eat those
on
blazing.
camera.
Oh, we're doing blazing. Okay.
Yeah,
I would do
blazing.
blazing over the 1 chip 1,000%.
Yep. Well, and then I'm gonna say if they
Yeah, I would too.
if they get our video, this 1,200 one video up to 20,000 likes and an NFL team comments on it,
Then
I will
we'll
do the
chip.
1 chip challenge. I won't cash any checks or write any checks for anybody else's mouth, but I will do the 1 chip challenge live on camera as somebody who doesn't
I do
eat
it with
spicy.
you.
Yeah.
Just because it'd be hysterical.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, I'm filming the TikTok then. Here we go.
You just have to have our own gallon of milk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm literally
definitely.
bringing a gallon.
Get a few minutes right here. Great, just messaged me and said that we're still live, but we're not. Right? Are we still live?
Eh.
Oh, we are still live.
Ah.
Shit.